at the time.
Boom.
No, I did.
We are
at
back.
no point
Jesus
do they
Christ.
say,
And
It's
sorry.
not a Those Who
You're gonna
Geek
be here for 10
podcast
years.
or
We just
stream.
never knew.
Without
We were
technical
always just
difficulties,
sort of
and we are back with
grinding,
Smallville.
Elevate everything we could do.
And we
Smallville.
missed Blue
help each
Beetle,
other out
something
a
that
lot.
we were
I
talking
remember
about as
just
soon as I got
telling
here,
Tom,
and that
either
freaking
him
sucks.
telling me or
But
me telling
Smallville.
him, he goes.
Stop slamming. Dude, the mic's gonna pick it up. It's like,
It became a trust thing for us
Yeah.
because we were together so much.
That sucks.
And there were also
But
times where, like,
let's see.
you know, his character talked a lot. Mine didn't.
You know what?
There was
Not
a
like
peak.
real life at
I'm a
all.
little
No, at all. And I remember specifically there was a scene in the Luther
We're good.
Mansion where, you know,
Okay.
Clark just
Oh, man.
appears there. Lex turns and he sees Clark and he starts to talk and he walks over and he pours himself a glass. And he comes back and he's talking to me. And literally, I think my line back to you was, and you go, that's all you have to say? Like, that's your only line? And I'm like,
I would be like, I would say these whole things, these soliloquies.
Yeah.
pages of dialogue.
And then all of a sudden, and then he'd go, so? And I'd go, that's all he has? So?
Was there a moment on set for you guys where you were watching him perform and you're like, holy crap, he's Lex Luthor? Or,
If you
yeah,
were to
that's
have
Superman.
to do this show,
I mean, you just embodied
and they give you these
Clark. I mean, you
pages,
it was
pages
fitting
of
that
things to say,
you hadn't done a ton
and
of
then
stuff.
I respond with one
It
word,
just
would
was
you
the
get
perfect
pissed?
time, the perfect storm.
Probably.
He just had that vulnerability,
which
that
was
innate
yours?
vulnerability, and that kindness and charm.
Lex obviously was ahead of the game, but saw the potential in Clark and saw that Clark didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that all sort of worked out. And one thing to remember, it was never about being Superman. It was about not knowing what your future is.
Yeah.
And the big thing for Lex
Jesus.
was,
Sorry.
you know, making your future what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good dynamic.
God,
Her question
I like
really
Smallville.
was,
I thought
were you in
Smallville
awe
was
of me when you watched my
fine.
performance?
No, not that I recall.
Over the years, there have been
The
so
only
many special
episodes that
guests
I've watched
on
of
Here
Smallville is
are
what
some
he
who
showed
wanted
me
to say
whenever
hello.
I went to sleep over at
Happy
his house.
20th
And he fell
anniversary,
asleep
Smallville.
every
Happy
single
20th
time.
anniversary, Smallville.
Happy
last time.
20th anniversary.
The first time I fell asleep,
Brainiac.
I can't
Oh
believe
my
it's been
God,
20
he's still
years.
alive?
One of my favorite memories working on Smallville was being directed by Tom Welling. Whenever
not
someone
Kristen
asks
Krug,
me
is it?
who was
Yeah.
my favorite director
She
I've
looks
ever
way
worked with,
different.
I just say Superman, obviously.
What do you say?
They
Like
let
that?
me do
cute.
so many of the stunts, like running beside on the train and things like that. I got to do everything.
That guy reminds me of.
Like,
He looks exactly
I had
the
a
same.
ball doing
How is
it.
that possible?
Smallville resonated with people because it was the perfect
I don't remember who
balance
this guy is.
of heart,
That's
drama,
Superman's dad.
extremely high stakes stuff that we associate with superhero stories now.
I mean, you
No,
see
wait, isn't
people
that
who've
the-
been touched
Oh,
by the show, and
I don't know. I didn't watch
it
it.
helps me appreciate it.
And seeing, of course, our boy Glover up there, Lionel Luthor.
I wish he was right here.
I know. We love being around.
If you could
He was a
change
cool
anything
character.
about the
Lex's
show, is
dad
there
was
a
a
moment
really
that you
cool
would go back
character.
and be like,
I
very,
mean, I always thought that we should have seen a Bruce Wayne.
Just
Like, can you imagine?
he was a
Clark
broken man, and they did him
barging
very well.
in to your mansion and like you're talking to somebody and you're like, I'd like you to meet Mr. Wayne.
See, I feel like
And it'd just be
Teen
like this cool
Titans,
thing.
the
Nobody
HBO
knows who
show,
anybody
now
is.
HBO
That
show.
would have been great.
By the way, you know what's kind of
I
cool
feel like
to
they
think
did
that
a really good
you know,
job
the rest
with-
of these series like Arrow and Flash and all these
Like-
things, it's kind of like it started
When they
with
introduced
Smallville.
Well, I think
Superboy.
you and I have discussed this. That
You haven't
it
seen
was,
that episode, have you?
Again, a perfect storm in
what?
that technology
Teen
had
Titans?
literally just gotten to the point with the
Titans.
visual effects,
With
the
Superboy?
super speed
Yeah.
and those
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
They just
When they
didn't
get him
do
out for the
that
first time?
before
Yeah,
Smallville.
he
and
goes
that's
to-
I saw all of
you
season
know,
2, bro.
They couldn't.
Well,
It did set.
What did you
a
think about
version of
that?
standard.
He was awesome. I
Smallville
love
still
Superboy
kind
and
of
Titans. I
contemporary,
think
still
he's
kind of
better
looks
than in
cool.
Young
Yeah.
Justice.
We're in
I
Kansas,
think that
there's
is
pine
the
trees everywhere,
best
but
thing that
it's
that
where
show
it's
has
at.
done.
I didn't
Is
even
they made me
notice
like
that. Now I'm
yeah.
gonna for
Superboy
sure.
a
By
lot.
the way,
I think
what
his
the hell
character
is
is
with
so
Lex
cool.
Luthor's security? He would walk
Honestly,
in.
I like
He would just
Young
show up and I go,
Justice's Superboy a lot better.
Now my reaction
No,
really was
because they do it for me because
not?
they really, really
where's my
nail it
security here?
in the sense
Serious
of
question with the finale.
this is
what
a
was that like for
grown
you guys getting
man
to be like,
that's a
okay,
baby.
We're gonna, some people that
He
we haven't
knows
seen for a
nothing.
little bit are going to get to come back.
And
We're all
he is
going to reconnect here
incredibly
on the show.
A
vulnerable
lot of
and
people think I
incredibly,
quit the
incredibly
show,
naive.
and
He knows
I didn't
nothing
quit.
about
My
the world.
contract was for 6 years, and it ended up
And
being
if
7 years.
and he's just like
When
his
the
powers
finale
are
came,
just
the
second
series
nature.
finale, I called
you know?
the writers a week
and so
before,
he
like a
doesn't
week and a
know
half
when it's
before,
right
and
or
said,
wrong to use
I
it. He
wanted
doesn't
to
have
be
any morals
with
yet.
everybody at
And
the
I think
end.
they
Yeah.
really
So I showed up after
brought
not
that
having
home,
seen
and I
Tom for
love
like
that
3
character
years.
because of that.
And it was a
He
bit
doesn't
emotional.
know
very
anything.
emotional
And
for him.
in Young
and
Justice,
first take,
he's more of just like a
first take,
broody,
big crank
Oh yeah.
a broody
Clark
person,
comes in and the
which I'm
mansion's
like,
destroyed,
I like
and
those characters. In
big
fact, I
crane
really
shot,
like
big
those characters
swooping
most of the time. But I
crane
think it
shot.
didn't fit
It comes
for
in, it
Superboy.
goes
I think
past
he
Clark. Lex
is much
comes
better a
in,
naive
Michael. Camera comes in
man.
real close to me.
I
Goes,
think that makes much more sense.
What's my line?
What's the line?
What's the line again?
Oh.
I was like, well,
I guess I like that
Welcome back.
broody more of
We
like
are almost out of time, but before
you
we
want
go,
to kill
let's hear
everything,
some
but you don't
messages
understand
from
why
some
you want
more
to kill
familiar
everything.
faces.
Because that's
It's not every day
literally
that
what he
series
is
can
in Young
celebrate like
Justice.
this,
He's like,
and I'm honored to have been
Oh.
part of this iconic
Arrow.
series.
Happy 20 years, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
that's Carl.
Happy 20th
Yeah.
anniversary,
Davis Boone.
Smallville.
Sam
Davis
Boone.
Boone.
20th? No.
So he
It was
turns
my
into
first
Doomsday.
real big job.
Oh,
it also was
what?
Yeah, it's
welcoming me
weird.
into an entire universe, a world that was so rich and so loved
Every time that
already.
I see
It was really
something
a
from
privilege.
Smallville,
I remember arriving
I
on
want
set
to watch
and
it.
seeing Tom, and
At this point, it
struck
would be
me
bad because
immediately.
even back then,
God,
the
it's cool.
like effects were.
We tackled some pretty
not so
serious
great.
subject
Now
matter,
they're
and
probably
then you
Matrix
would
level?
sort of, when they called cut, everyone's laughing and joking, and Oliver and Lex are laughing on the floor.
His
you know,
character,
cracking
it was
each
like
other
I
up. It was
started
really,
liking
really
him,
great
and then
stuff.
near
I
the
am
end of the
so
show, I was
thrilled
like,
that
I
got to
don't
be a
like
part
you
of
at
such
all.
an iconic
Get out of
series,
here.
and I just wanted to celebrate with you guys. So happy 20th,
I don't know who that
Smallville.
is.
Cast and crew,
I said
thank you for
Carl.
having me be a part of your journey, and I'm sending everyone so much love.
They're definitely not gonna have
Cassie Freeman.
freaking
I remember she called me. She's probably got to be a little
blonde on it,
nervous
that
going
was
onto this
part
show
of the
that's
sex
been
cult. They're not gonna have her
for
on it.
years, and I just talked about how
No,
great
Lois?
everybody was. and
No, it's not
how
Lois.
comfortable
It's
she'll be.
such a
blonde girl with the short hair.
mild-mannered person, but when
thought
the
she said
camera
that
rolled,
was
she was
Lois.
force.
No.
Yeah.
There was a scene where she had to like turn on that Luther blood
Her name is
incense, and I was like, "Oh, this
think
girl's
her name is
gonna be
Chloe.
right. Like she's got
Yeah.
it."
And it was fun. It was fun killing.
So
her
how
in
many
season
love
2.
interests does like Superman have
Now,
during
someone
the
that I
run
know
of
we're missing
Smallville?
is Lana Lang, Kristen
Three?
Crook. She wanted to be
So
here with
Lana,
us, but she couldn't
then
today,
there's
so she sent a
the
very
short hair
special
chick, but
message.
it's like it's more like she likes him.
anniversary,
Christine
Smallville.
Crook.
We haven't worked
There
on
we
the show
go.
for
That would be
12
the
years
was
now.
That's
And
Christine
you both and everyone were a huge part of my early
So it's her,
adult
the
years.
girl who was part
When
of
it
the sex
came
cult
out,
that we found out
you
later.
know, it was right after
But she's
9/11.
it's more like she
It
likes
was a
him.
time when
It's like
people were
he's not
looking
really attached to
for
her.
heroes.
And then
on another
Lois.
level, it was a story and is a story, and I think this is
I
why
like
it
her
lasts.
character even.
It's a story about growing up.
Like
it's a
she
story
is-
about how
her
you
character is
feel
very
alienated, how you feel other,
like,
and that is a
caring.
universal
Like, honestly,
experience for us.
this might
And-
sound
and
weird.
Clark Kent
She kinda reminds me
was
of my
that,
wife.
seeing him grapple
Because she's like
with these
really
things that would
caring,
become his strengths,
very like
give all of us the aspirational hope that those things
Like, very
that
much-
are weird and we can't
she's
control
very passionate,
and
honestly.
seem
Her-
like
her
they
character,
make
I don't know
us
about
different
the
from everyone else are
she's
actually
like
the
very
things
passionate
that
because
are
she owns
special
like
about
a
us, and I
coffee
think that
shop and
will
everything,
resonate
and she's like
always.
into doing her own
Congratulations on the
thing.
20th
But she's also
anniversary of
like
Smallville.
her most
That brings
important.
us to the end of our celebration.
The most important thing
I
to
want to
her
thank
is her
you all
relationships
for
with her
being here,
friends
watching us,
and
and
with her
taking
love
this
interest.
trip with us down memory lane. And thank you
I don't
guys
know.
so
And
much
then
for
Lois
being here
Lane,
and
she's kind of just
chatting.
like snarky, like, oh, I don't like you, and I'm gonna be a little bit like not rude, but
The
just
greatest
like
thing about a news flash is that
like
it can happen when
jokingly,
you least
yeah, I guess
expect it.
jokingly rude to you like all the time,
now.
and I'm like,
Continuing
I just
from
didn't vibe
May's
with it very
Festival
much.
of Heroes anthology comic, DC's Monkey Prince will return in
And I see
February
that,
2022, and a new
Miriam,
12-issue
your wife,
comic
is
book
also
series
included
from writer
that
Jean Lun
she doesn't
Yang
like
and
Iris
artist
West in
Bernard Chang.
the Flash
Based on the
show.
16th century
Yeah, she
Chinese
hates it.
novel Journey
Honestly,
to the West,
I
DC's newest
really like that
shape-shifting
character.
superhero,
Really?
the Monkey
I
Prince,
like her, yeah.
aka Marcus Sun, will return to headline his own series. For
What?
fans that can't wait for February 2022, to read more about DC's Monkey Prince, a
DC
new short
character?
story just posted to
Guess so.
DCUniverse.com. In this new tale available now, you'll see the classic Journey to the West characters defending the heavenly realm against Darkseid and his parademons.
All right, come on, guys, let's get some good stuff. We still got the Batman for sure. What else do we have? Oh, speaking of which,
Speak of the bat, and you shall receive.
the Bat. So we still have Gotham Knights. We have Gotham Knights and the Batman.
When does that game come out? November?
Next year?
Next year.
How's
It was
everyone
supposed to
doing
come
out
out this
there?
year, but
I
that's
am
late.
so glad to be back with you all at
Who
DC
put that in the
Fandome.
game
What an
roster?
amazing
me.
celebration of
Yeah.
everything DC. Look, last year I had just been cast, so I have a very special connection with DC
I think this is
Fandome.
Catwoman in the
Their
new
first
Batman
year
movie.
is my first year, so let's do this. Okay, now you know you can't have DC without GC, Gotham City. It's dark, gritty, it's riddled with
That
crime
was-
and corruption. That's
was
why I
something.
love it, am I right? Gotham is home to some really
You're trying to
amazing
freestyle here
characters
now?
beyond Batman.
Or is this Batman?
I, for
Batwoman?
one, can't wait to slip into my costume
Can't
for
even-
another season of Batwoman.
Isn't that the-
All the Gotham
Dude.
content you can handle is coming
Isn't
your
that
way
the-
right now.
The
First
actress
up,
that plays
an
the
action
new
RPG
Batwoman?
based
what I'm
on
saying.
some of the most
For the show?
beloved
Yeah,
members of
it's
the
probably-
Bat family.
I think that's her.
Maybe you've
Gotham
heard of
Knights.
Gotham Knights?
Let's go.
Let's play.
Oh, we're gonna see it now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! Let's go! go! Let's go!
And I'm not a DC fan, of course, but I love Nightwing.
Jim Gordon. They
He's very,
thought they had a
Spider-Man.
handle on this city. They never did. You don't stand a chance.
So we know the Court of Owls is the main villain.
Because they're always watching.
Is that Tim Drake or is that Damian?
I don't know. I think it's Tim Drake, but I would like it.
Everybody's strings.
I prefer if it was Damian.
Mine.
Because then they actually have.
But no one talks about them. Not a whispered word is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening.
Is Penguin like 4 feet tall?
Yeah, isn't he?
I don't know. Are you interested in the Court of Owls?
Honestly, getting to know them a little more, yeah. I actually understand the connection that Talon has with Dick Grayson now, and that just like made it more intriguing.
Ooh, Jason Todd against the Court of Owls? He's like, let's kill some people. Nice. Come on, give us some gameplay. You better give us some gameplay. It's supposed to come out in like February.
That seems like Tim Drake.
If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
Behind the scenes.
One of the joys of writing comics is the hope that
Scott
someone
Snyder,
will take
wow.
that story and make it something their own. And I think the folks at Warner Brothers have done a tremendous job translating and evolving the Court of Owls into the game.
The fans, they cosplay as these characters, they're hungry for more.
And so here you are getting
Jim
to
Lee.
play out that conflict in a game itself.
I remember taking this walk around New York City to my old neighborhood. Nothing I knew was there anymore. All of the people I had known had moved away. All of the stores were gone. The feeling was so unsettling, and I wanted to craft a story that would make Bruce Wayne feel the way I felt.
The first time I read that story, I was just blown away because they were creating this really rich secret history of Gotham City, very plausible, believable, that was in direct opposition to Batman.
I think probably inspiration for the Court of Owls originates from nature just by the real fact that the owl is a natural predator to the bat.
What an owl does a lot of the time is it hunts you and it stalks you without you seeing it, and the fun of the way that the court goes after Bruce is to watch him from afar for years.
Because it's been something that's been in Gotham for so long and been so powerful, and right beneath Batman's nose, I think that's the root of the success.
What do you feel about that? That Talon should be more of a Dick Grayson villain, or is
One
it
of the
Batman?
biggest challenges with bringing the
I
Court
think
of
more Dick
Owls
Grayson,
from
I don't know,
comic books
my thing
to
about the
video
Court of
games is really
Owls
the interactive
is,
nature
I
of
think
what
the
video games
coolest
are.
thing
How
about
do you
Batman
take that history, how do you take this
is
cool
that he is
imagery
the world's
and bring it to
greatest
life in a game that's very satisfying?
And for me, this story doesn't kind of doesn't make sense to me.
and we could
because
ask their
how
opinions
the
about
heck
that.
has
Say,
this
what-
whole
which of these
society and
elements
this
do you
whole
think we can
thing, this whole
translate?
organization
When I went out there to
been
see what they were
under
doing with the
Batman's
game,
nose
I was
this whole
blown
time
away. I mean,
for
it
years,
took
for
what we had
decades,
done with Court of
and he hasn't
Owls,
known?
but it just
I
elevated
don't buy
it
that.
beyond
I
a
don't
lot
buy
of
that. That's
the
why I think they're kind of
borders that
cheap.
we had had.
But in this
You
story, I
can't
guess
really
it kind
rely
of
on
makes
what you
sense because
think you
Batman
know
is
about the
gone,
court.
but they
You've
still have
expanded,
been
you've
there.
added to it.
So I don't know how they're
There
going
are
to do
different
it.
varieties
That's
of
why I'm
talents
not a
in
huge fan of the
Gotham
Court of Owls storyline
And
because of that
as
fact.
the players begin
But,
to understand through
don't know.
gameplay
We'll see how
the
it goes.
unique strengths and vulnerability of the talent, it will affect
I
how they
want to know
equip
who that
themselves
Robin
and
is.
how they
That's
unlock new
bothering me.
abilities. So like any good RPG, we're presenting you with a
is an
problem,
RPG, okay.
and then we're presenting you with a range of potential solutions, and players will have an opportunity to kind of maximize that according to their own
We need
style.
to see gameplay, guys. Stop talking about it. Show more.
The entire team has worked so hard
Honestly,
on this.
like,
and
I don't know if I
so
want
much
to play.
love
I don't know
and
if
dedication
this
into
is going
and
to
I really
be a
hope
good
it
game
comes
yet
through
or
and
not
it
because I
gives
haven't
them a
seen
really
it.
enjoyable experience.
I can't wait for us to share more information about this game.
But watch out for those deadly talons, because they are sharp. Be careful.
It's the same game mechanics as basically the Arkham Knight series, isn't it?
They're teasing that, but also last time we saw this game, it seemed like there was damage. You know, there was numbers and everything like a traditional RPG. Still 22.
The Court of Owls looks truly sinister. I can't wait to know more about those mysterious masked
Yeah,
villains
I can't
and
wait
their
either.
deadly
That's why I
creatures.
showed up.
Forget
Show me.
Girls' Night Out. I'll be doing Gotham Knights In as soon as I get my hands on that game. So excited.
So impatient.
I gotta tell you, being in the Hall of Heroes
Are you
is a
kidding me?
huge honor. Look
Are
at
you
this
kidding
quiz.
me?
This is incredible.
That's all they're gonna
I
show?
hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. DC is throwing a lot of really amazing content our way.
I feel
and
like
they're
we
not
saw more of the
stopping
Suicide
anytime
Squad
soon.
Killer Justice
more
League than we
news
did already.
flashes, more announcements, and more
I haven't
exclusive
seen any of
footage
that
on
yet.
the way. But first, a heartfelt thank you for supporting Batwoman. I've read your letters,
Have you seen that
I've
show?
seen your
No.
fan art, and I spend probably too much time
I really
on
wanted
social
to see
media
it just
looking
because
at your comments and feeling the love you
Batwoman
have for
seems
this
like
character.
an actual like cool Bat family character. Like she can rival Jason Todd easily.
Don't I get any love?
And I really wanted to see it.
Yep.
Yep.
Supervillain.
It just doesn't spark
Alice is a
interest to
fan
me.
favorite. Look, everybody, please say hello to Rachel Skarsten, who plays Alice on the show.
Hello, DC World. I am so excited to return to my evil ways on the show, and most of all, to get to work with the lovely Javicia again.
Season 2 set up many new mysteries,
no idea.
characters, a new hero, which we'll take a special look at in just a few minutes. And we're going to get into all of it this season.
By the way, I will not be the only villain on the show this season. Did you see the premiere? Mad Hatter, Poison Ivy,
Hatter,
and
Poison
a whole slew of baddies joining in the fun.
Interesting.
Make
I need to
sense
see
of it
clips
takes
of
some of
Poison
Gotham's
Ivy.
most
See if they do it
notorious
right.
villains and a little push from Renee Montoya to get Batwoman and Alice to team up and work together.
Mad Hatter, I feel like, is such a C-class villain.
By the order of the
You're like
mayor's
the Riddler.
office, in exchange for your cooperation in these cases, you will be remanded in the supervised custody.
He's the one that
You're
can
tying my
rival
fate to a
Batman's
psychopath?
Intelligence?
Yeah.
More like
his detective
handcuffing
skills.
it, but yes.
Well, yeah,
And
but
it
other
lets
than
you-
that, there's not
Yes.
really much to it.
That's his purpose. Joker challenges his morals. Riddler challenges his detective
Bat
skills.
motif, but
Bane
this is
challenges
a
his physicality.
44-story building shortly.
They
There's a more
also have
comfortable
purpose.
workspace available.
Good luck with
What about Penguin?
I'm just gonna
Penguin,
hang out
the,
here.
the best stories of Penguin are when he's challenging.
The hell are you two doing together anyway? Aren't y'all supposed to be on?
Like his family.
Long story.
Because like
She's
the
working
best
with me.
stories have been
They're a little short
with
staffed
Penguin
at City
is when the wings and the Cobbleplots have been like
crazy
they were
stuff's going
connected for a
down,
long
may as well
time,
get the
and
crazy
they had a
ladies take
disconnect
them
for some reason.
You don't
That I think that's when the Penguin shines.
anymore.
She drove
Crazy.
a Lambo in the show?
I don't think that was a Lambo. It looked like a GTR, not a GTR.
Alice
I didn't
and
see it
Batwoman
really
are
well.
working
Camera
together?
sense right here.
No, I'll have to see it to believe it.
Well, Rachel, should we give them a taste of what's to come on season 3 of Batwoman?
Perhaps a little bit of that
You're just
never
letting the
before
flash.
seen stuff would whet their appetite.
You're just letting the
So,
flash like
here's a
watch
look.
it like this.
It's okay, Jerry. You did good. You did good.
As the resident expert on predatory behavior, I had some thoughts on how Mr. chooses his prey. I was thinking back to my first kill, for which I chose a geriatric harpy with an oxygen tank. Now, do you know why I did that?
Because you're a killer, Alice.
No. Well, yes, but that's not the takeaway. I chose her because she was easy pickings. See, when a fledgling predator is learning how to stalk its prey, it seeks to separate one from the herd.
So he wouldn't have gone after 2 victims for his first hunt.
Look at you learning to think like a killer.
Which means the pool
Things
wasn't
creepy.
this Croc's first attack.
Why did it decide to
Yes, it
say it
wasn't
as soon as they're talking about killing?
They would have just been listed as missing persons.
Just like the missing persons I found that were last seen at the East River shore.
I feel compelled to take the batteries out of that toy.
Attack. Welcome to his hunting grounds.
Very, very mad.
Well, I guess I stand corrected. Maybe Alice and Batwoman can work together.
Quite the twisted partnership. Rach, I have had so much fun filming with you for season 3.
I know, me too. And I cannot wait for everyone to see how our story unfolds. Well, I should get back to practicing my maniacal laugh. Never know when I'm gonna need it. Bye.
Bye, Rach. If you like nail biting, what's gonna happen next, plot twisty television, then I'll see you for season 3 of Batwoman. And one of the newest heroes of the cast gets his own DC spotlight right now.
Robert Patterson?
Well, hey, thanks, Javicia. What's up, guys? It is very good to finally be back with y'all virtually for this year's DC Fandome. It's Cameron Johnson here. I play Luke Fox on Batwoman. So at the end of season 2, I finally became Batwing, DC's flying armor superhero.
No way.
And playing Batwing has been a ton of fun so far. I mean, like, tell me you saw that dope scene in the season 3 premiere when me and Javicia teamed up and took down the Mad Hatter. If you haven't yet, it's my bad. But if you did, I mean, like, that's pretty dope, right? Come on. So let's take a look at the origins of this character and how we brought him to life on TV for the very first time. Batwing made his first appearance in 2011 in the DC comic book series Batman Incorporated. So before Luke Fox, David Zavimbe, known as the Batman of Africa, was introduced in the 5th issue. By the time David retired, Luke had proven his value to Batman.
Just FYI, no
Cool
sidekick
suit. I don't know
actually
about
likes
the
being
mask.
referred
Yeah,
to
the
as
mask
a
looks
sidekick.
way too weird.
Copy that.
I feel like that looks like Jason Todd.
Nope, not that.
Luke may not have superpowers, but he was a skilled fighter, having trained in mixed martial arts and cage fighting. So as the son of Lucius Fox, Luke had the same brilliant engineering mind as his father. His tech-savvy Batwing suit allowed him to accomplish some very impressive stunts, like flying tremendous speeds with a special mechanical glider cape. Now, there are a few differences between the Batwing of the comics and the one I portray on television.
What the hell are you?
Justice. Luke and Tavaroff were friends in the comics before becoming rivals, whereas on Batwoman, Tavaroff is a full-blown villain from the start. Comic book Luke builds the suit with his dad, but on our show, it's Lucius who actually creates the Batwing suit based off of Luke's childhood drawings. In the season 2 finale, Luke discovers this years after his dad dies.
When I was a kid, I drew pictures of how I imagined a black Batman would look. Turns out that my dad was secretly turning those pictures into reality.
I can't even describe the feeling of putting on the suit for the first time. The costume designer, Maya Manning, and her incredible team did an amazing job designing it and helping me portray this character the way that I envisioned him on the big screen.
I think
it truly is an honor knowing that I'm giving kids like me
I was
the
just
opportunity
thinking
to
that
look
too.
up and relate to
Like
the black superhero.
that drawing.
I mean, it's
looked
such a
way better
surreal
than the big
experience,
bulky
and I
helmet that
can't
makes
stop
him
smiling
look
about
like
when I
a
think about it.
bobblehead.
That's
You know, I'm
understandable just because
a random kid
you know,
from a random town
it is
in a random
a
state
live
with big
action
dreams
show,
and
so they
wanted to make a
have
difference.
limits.
I looked up to so many superheroes growing
So
up.
that's
I hope that some
understandable,
kid
but
out there can
unfortunately,
see
so it
me
doesn't look that
as
good.
Batwing and realize
And I think
that
that's
there's
why
hero in
the
them
Red
too.
Hood,
And one
like
day,
his
I might
mask
just need to meet
represents
them.
the
Now, as
same
some of you
even
may
live
know,
action
and
and
the true
comic
homies
books.
have copies
Because
sitting on their
it's
shelves
just
right
him
now.
wearing a jacket
I also
and then
wrote a
a
Batwing story for DC's Batman Urban Legends anthology.
Looks almost like a motorcycle helmet.
I was
most of the
given
time,
this
even-
fun
even in the
opportunity
comics.
It is a
to choose
motorcycle
any villain I
helmet at
wanted
first, isn't it?
Batwing to take on,
Might
except
be.
the Joker, and I won't forget that. So I chose to not only go for my second favorite Rogues Gallery villain, the Riddler, I also decided to give him some Killer Croc backup. So my friends and I at DC we had such a fun time playing with both baddies in one action-packed story. Two incredibly fulfilling moments at once, right? Writing my first DC story about Batwing and announcing to the world that I'd be Batwing on the same day. Happy Batwing Day. My journey to becoming Batwing had been one that I'll never forget. You know, one that I hope some of you out there can find inspiration from, and one that I would love to continue on together for some time to see just how much fun being the Metal Bat really can be. So all my love to you all. Thanks again for crowning me your newest hero, and I can't wait to show you even more Batwing this season on Batwing.
It's just a Batwing a lot.
A lot of bats, a lot of wings.
Welcome back, DC fans. We are excited to share that the winner of the Round Robin fan bracket, Robins, is available now on DC Universe Infinite. Over 1 million fans voted in the massive winner-take-all bracket, greenlighting Robins from writer Tim Seeley and Baldemar Rivas. As all the Robins come together to talk about how being a Robin has affected their lives, they are violently interrupted by someone who claims she was the first Robin. The last time fans voted on the fate of a Robin, it went very differently. DC Universe subscribers can read this digital first title now, only on DCUI.
Still to come, Catwoman hunted, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the new Batman trailer debut.
Nobody cares about Legends of Tomorrow. It's a CW show and it
fans from all around the globe. Once again, Américo Borgo.
And I am Aline Diniz. So far, today's journey through the DC multiverse has been amazing. We saw Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam,
he's a good villain.
and Jason Momoa returning as Aquaman.
He's even, in my opinion, they did him well in the show. I was very surprised that they actually did him well in the show. But he's even cooler.
On the latest
like he's so cool.
But there's also Jason Momoa.
I feel like Flash's Rogue Gallery doesn't get enough credit on how cool some of his villains are.
Well, anyway, guys, there's still so much ahead, including the Batman. I cannot wait for that. But right now, it's all about Gotham's truly fiendish feline, Catwoman.
Catwoman is clawing her way into a new animated film. For more on this exciting project, please welcome
we still have Harley
the
Quinn
actress who
too. We haven't even
voices the
talked about
title
Harley
role, Elizabeth
There's gonna be
Davis.
another movie?
No, season.
Oh, see, what? Oh, the actual
Catwoman celebrates her 80th anniversary next year, and Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment salute her longevity and popularity with the release
from the show
of the DC
actually
animated
put
movie
out
All Her Own,
that
Catwoman
Warner
Hunted.
Brothers
The felonious
cut out
feline
part
is
of the
voiced
show,
by moi,
which
and
was
as you'll see in the trailer,
Batman
Catwoman sets her sights on stealing the world's most valuable
Catwoman.
jewel, and as a result,
and they're like,
everyone
"Oh, this is
hot
obscene,"
on
and
her
they cut it
tail.
out and everything.
Get ready for the
And
world
people
premiere
from the show were all
of the
like,
Catwoman
okay,
Hunted
so it's
trailer.
okay for somebody to like commit, do the deed, but not to do that. Like, what's the difference? Just because it was a guy into it. And they're all like, I guarantee there's gonna be some jokes at some point.
Multiple countries have warrants out for your arrest.
Whoa!
I'm popular. This little kitten sauntered into the lair of the wrong big cat.
I thought
This
this
is
was supposed to be a party. My kind of party. Minerva is built her Leviathan crime syndicate. It's now richer than many countries.
You help us bust Leviathan, your warrants disappear.
I'm down. This looks awesome.
Must die.
I did not sign up for this. Did you sign up for this? You really have to think about that?
That seems like
Prepare to get your ass kicked. Don't make me fight dirty.
Nice. Got Chester in here.
You good?
A cat always.
Yeah, lands on her feet. I've heard the saying. Don't you ever get tired of that cat shtick?
This looks awesome.
I love your costume. Hold on to that one, love, or I might just steal him away.
That was awesome. I like that a lot. That's so interesting.
Every time that they put like an animated movie like that,
Catwoman
I want
Hunted
them
will be
to
the first
continue
DC animated movie
from
to be released by
Apocalypse
Warner Brothers
or
Home
Dark
Entertainment in
Apocalypse.
2022.
That last
Coming to digital,
DC animated
Blu-ray,
universe
and 4K on February 8th.
because
All total,
Flash
fans
created
can
another
expect
paradox,
5 original DC
and I want that
animated
to
movies
be
in
part of
2022,
it. Like I want
as
that
well
continuation.
as the spring release of the latest DC Showcase collection, anchored by the all-new animated short Constantine, House of Mystery, featuring Matt Ryan reprising his role as the Hellblazer. Ever wonder what would happen if 2 youthful super teams joined forces to fight the bad guys?
Not really.
You'll find out in spring 2022 in Teen Titans Go and DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse.
Wow.
Brightest
Not a huge
Days
fan of
and
Teen
Blackest
Titans Go.
Nights arrive
I'm not a
next
fan of
summer
Teen
when Green Lantern Beware My Power
Ooh.
adds to the DC
That might be
Universe
okay.
movies canon. And in the fall, the next generation of superheroes takes center stage in Battle of the Super Sons, the first
Ooh, that
DC
sounds
Universe
cool.
movie to be produced in CG. Rounding out the year, the world's greatest detective will look to unmask the holiday killer when Batman, the Long Halloween Deluxe Edition, comes to
Sick.
stunning 4K Ultra HD.
For a K. And this is the time where we tune out.
Aline, we're so
We don't care.
spoiled with
All right,
all of these amazing DC
so we just
projects
saw that
coming our way.
they're
Now
gonna
let's talk
have
about the DC
Battle
show
of
that's
the
about to
Super
hit the
Sons.
100 episode
Have you
mark.
read that comic?
That's right.
I haven't, but I've heard a lot about it.
I've heard a
Legends
lot
of
about it,
Tomorrow
and
is going to
I-
achieve that
You,
impressive
Marvel Boy, have
milestone
heard a lot
in
about
season
it?
It's
7.
because
And
you know
right
what?
now, we're gonna celebrate by
The
looking
DC
at
animated
100
universe
episodes in
made me
100
super
seconds.
intrigued with
Are you
Damian
ready?
Wayne.
Go.
Because
Damian's
Damian
awesome.
Wayne is the kind of character that I've always wanted as a Robin.
Damian is so cool, in my opinion. Like, he's a very flawed character for sure. But I like Damian so much that I'm like, if the day comes that somehow I have a son, me and my wife have already agreed, Damian's the name. First name, Damian.
Don't beat up your son so much. Jesus Christ.
What I want is Damian Atreus.
Jax, we gotta go.
Atreus, right? That's a dope name.
Let's party!
Listen, Batman, God of War over here.
I'm like, son's gonna be like, wait, why'd you name me after a whole bunch of kids that have dysfunctional fathers? I'm like, you should know, son. You should know.
You're gonna have to be a mathematician to figure it out.
Don't worry, the rest of the legends are here. We're busting everybody.
Yeah, but yeah, I think there is so much potential with the Damian character, and still, like, I feel like for a long time they've been trying to flesh out Dick Grayson, and they've done a pretty good job with Dick Grayson. He's gone through a lot of stuff throughout the comics. I feel like Damian is such a new character that he still has so much potential, you know?
Yeah, but again, being the son of Batman, like the direct son of Batman, there's so much that I feel like they're too afraid to step out of that. Because one, being raised as the League of Assassins, and then being raised in the Bat family. But not only that, being the direct descendant of the Bat himself, I feel like they're a little afraid to step out of that. But yeah, but I know that Nightwing, there's been a lot of times where I'm just
what the heck is happening?
Did you not see that?
No.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah, you should see it.
Are they lowering the barrier?
That's when they killed Green Arrow.
That I did not see coming.
Oh yeah, you missed a lot. By the way, they killed Green Arrow.
Well, I know he died. I didn't know how.
That is just business as usual for us.
Oh my god. What the heck is happening?
I don't remember that part.
I told you guys we can't keep the cowboy narrator.
Sorry. Hey man, we'll drop you off.
Happy trails, legends.
Wow. What's this? Bat wheels?
It's true that every generation has their favorite Batmobile. Mine personally is
Sup,
the
Boomer?
Dark Knight Trilogy Batmobile from the TDK Trilogy.
So dumb.
But for the next generation,
That's all I could think of.
DC
What
fans,
would a
Warner
Gen Z
Brothers
say?
Animation is
Sup, Boomer?
revving up production on their
No
preschool
cap.
series about some of the
Bet.
coolest DC
Fortnite.
vehicles.
Fortnite.
Of course, led by the one and only Batmobile. But that's not all.
They
Your
stole
favorite
Master
heroes,
Chief from
iconic
Fortnite.
villains,
Oh my
and
God.
all the
I saw
citizens
that
of
meme. I
Gotham
was
City
like,
are taking on vehicle
I was
form of
like,
DC's
what?
Batmobiles. And you don't have to be a preschooler to love
And
the
then
show.
these kids
you just have to be a
try
kid
to
at heart.
defend it so
This is really
much.
fun for the whole family, so let's check out this very early preview.
You know, I feel like we shouldn't say this live, and I feel like we shouldn't say this to the mic because they might steal it. I'm super glad they didn't put Power Rangers in Fortnite. Because it's not a really good show, but it's an OG show. Like, I'm sure you've seen it. No?
Dude, I didn't watch TV when I was a kid.
Winston didn't have a childhood.
I didn't. No. I was born an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, that's true.
What is this?
Is this supposed to be Hot Wheels?
I think so. Oh. Oh, wow.
Cars in the Batman.
Big news coming from the world of
That's
audio.
not-
Our friends at Spotify have completed casting for the upcoming audio series, Batman Unburied. But you don't want to hear the news from us. We'll let Barbara Gordon tell you.
What up, everyone at DC Fandome? It is Gina Rodriguez, and I am so excited to let everyone know that I am going to be a part of Batman Unburied.
No, that's
and I get
think
the
it's a
honor
girl that
of playing
plays,
the
Jane the
iconic
Virgin.
voice
Oh,
of
that's
Barbara
right.
Gordon. I'm so super excited. I'm so
Like, I
excited
knew
to
I'd seen
come on
her
the
from
audio adventure with us, only on Spotify.
Joining the cast
When did she
alongside Gina
play
will be
Barbara?
Sam Witwer as the Harvester,
The audio.
Amy
They
Raver
just said it,
Littman as
Spotify.
Kel, Jessica Marie Garcia as Renee
Okay.
Montoya,
Sorry, I
and
was
Jim
confused.
Fury as Arnold Flass.
Hey, DC Fandome, it's your boy, Winston Duke. And I am
Doesn't he-
so excited, so honored.
That's such a
joining
dope
the
name.
DC family
Winston
with
Duke?
Batman Unburied.
Almost better than Winston
Spotify
Grown.
and DC, and we have been
One's
cooking
a
up
beer,
something
one's
very,
a Duke.
very special for you. We've been
They
creating
both go
something
together,
that's
though.
nuanced and beautiful with great
Why
characters,
is it that most
great voices,
Winstons
and
nowadays
just
are
a
black?
beautiful experience.
I was supposed to be
That
black.
vein,
Do you want me to ask or something? Or what?
Because the Winston.
Holy smokes, Batman.
Never
More news
mind,
to
I'm
come
not
from
gonna-
Spotify
Yeah, the
and
Winston
the
from New
forthcoming
Girl is also
Batman
black, isn't he?
Unburied podcast.
From New Girl. Yeah. I haven't seen New Girl.
Neither have I. I've just heard about it.
Still to come, Batman.
Only time that I've heard
Crusader,
about it was
Harley
when they
Quinn,
went
and
into
the first
Harley
details
Quinn,
on
Batgirl,
the Batgirl film.
Batman, Caped Crusader. What's that?
We know fans love one-of-a-kind partnerships,
That's Batman.
so we're here to announce an exclusive collaboration between the Batman and Puma. Here to tell us more about it is none other
Puma?
than football icon, that's soccer to some of you, and our fellow Brazilian Neymar.
Now, that is
She wants to
huge
throw hands.
news.
That's what I just heard.
Fala
That's
aí,
that's
Neymar.
what I just
Bate
heard.
os
I
ativos,
don't know about you
bate
guys,
ali.
but these
Conta
hands are
mais
gender
o pai
neutral.
tá Romeu.
What the heck? Jesus, dude. Don't.
Fala galera da DC.
Dude, that dog
Muito
is so
animado.
creepy.
I know.
Batman. Sempre fui muito fã desde pequeno. Uma honra muito grande estar participando desse evento. Obrigado por
Português,
tudo.
right?
E bom, muito animado com tudo isso. Espero que a franquia da Batman seja longa, que faça muitas mais coisas. Eu estarei esperando. Valeu, Puma. Batman, tamo junto.
Interesting.
Come on, be honest. Fans would buy anything having to do with DC, especially if Neymar is involved.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But now I want to
Wow.
talk about one of my favorite
That's.
Gotham
I don't
City
think
gals,
that's something
Barbara
good to
Gordon,
say on
also
the stream.
known as Batgirl.
Let's be honest,
The
guys.
tech-savvy martial
They'll buy
arts
it. They'll
badass
eat
is
that
getting her
stuff
very
up.
first
It's like,
full-length feature.
It was a
that
role
makes me not want to
every
buy it.
actress in town
Just
wanted,
say.
but
It makes you not want to
went
buy it.
to
You're still
Leslie
gonna buy
Grace
it.
No, I'm
after
not.
her stellar breakout
I've never bought a
performance
pair of
last
Pumas.
summer's
I'm not
In the Heights.
She was so
I think the
good
only
in
thing
that.
Puma that I've
and
ever
now
worn were, like,
we're all
sweatpants,
looking forward to
and that
seeing
was
Leslie
because
take on
they
the
didn't
bad
have any
guys in a
shorts.
very different version of Gotham City. Let's learn more about Batgirl in this DC spotlight.
Man, they're really
It's your girl Leslie Grace, hi
stuffing
DC
this up with the
Fandome,
filler.
and I'm your new Batgirl. I don't know about you guys, but every step of this process, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening.
It's a big honor and privilege to be part of that world.
It's really unbelievable. I feel like a kid again.
Honestly, I just feel like the luckiest writer on earth.
We wanted to have
So is this
a
an
very
animated
broad,
movie? Is this a
broad,
live action
casting.
movie? Is
It
this
was
a
very-
show?
like,
Like, they didn't
range
clarify.
of ages and
I think they said this
races
was an
and
animated
what was
show.
important for us was that the best actress for the part would be cast. Eventually, we saw Leslie among.
It was a goosebump moment.
Yeah, it was really like
It's like the whole time, who is gonna be Barbara Gordon?
I mean, there was something that she just like that hit a nerve and felt like
Are we gonna get a clip, or-
we're actually watching Barbara
Probably
Gordon.
not.
She's a girly girl, but she also is so capable of being strong and
do you feel
being
about her?
determined and like kicking
She's
butt.
alright.
And she wants to prove herself.
I like
but
Cassandra
she's
King a
also
lot better
still
than
just so sweet. A lot of times we focus a lot on the male superheroes, but it was really exciting to read
I
for
don't know
a
how I
female
feel about
superhero
that.
that
Like,
has
I
that
don't
grit
think
and
that she
like
has
is
a
very
major
sincere
role
and almost eager
in
to prove
the Bat
herself.
family.
What's kind of fun
She's better
about
as
Barbara
Oracle,
and
honestly.
Batgirl is that in this
Yeah.
story, she's discovering Batgirl for the first time, and so she's getting to explore a duality she's always had in her personality, but it's this whole new side of her personality, a slightly kind of more daring, slightly less law-abiding side of her personality that we get to just have fun and play with.
Kicking
We
butt.
asked Leslie to train a lot. We want the fights to be, pretty realistic so that it feels more raw and
Okay,
more
is this
real
an
and more
animated show?
relatable.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm
Making it
really
seem like it's
excited
live
about
action.
the
They
action.
need to
I mean,
clarify
training
this.
so hard, and we're trying to get as much, learned in my body before I get there. So I'm excited about what that's gonna actually look like once we have a suit and once we're on location, figuring out those
live
fight
action.
sequences. So that's really exciting to me.
CG.
You know, I'm a
CG
fashion girl too, so I'm just dying. I'm like looking at Batgirl behind me, and I'm like, all right, I can see it.
We like that she has a cowl. That we can say. She will have a cowl. So it's not gonna be the design
Cool.
with just the
Sweet.
mask on the eyes.
It was so funny. It was one of the first questions
looks like
I asked
she could
once
play the
we were
part.
on. I was like, so is
The-
she
my-
have,
my
is
biggest
she
thing
gonna
is-
have red hair?
and
Because
when-
like I'm so ready.
Affirmative.
Wait, what?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's Batgirl.
It's gonna have everything in the movie.
All the emotions.
So it is gonna have
be a
red hair.
climax.
Okay,
It's
so-
gonna go crescendo,
and at the end-
That's what I find interesting, is that,
And at the end,
like, I understand more representation, cool.
Can't wait.
But for
I'm
some
so
reason,
ready.
they always decide to make the gingers African American. Wally West, African American. Batgirl looks like African American.
Cora.
Cora?
Cora from Titans.
While the
Cora
Batgirl
from
film
Titans.
is just about to begin
Why?
production, we
Just make
don't
them-
have to
make
wait
it Ginger.
much longer
What's
to
wrong
see
with the
how
Ginger?
Titans is going to wrap up
Huh?
season 3.
What's wrong with the Ginger?
Standing by right now, we've got one of the cast from TV's Titans with some exciting news and
What's
an
wrong with calling it
exclusive
football?
look
I'm
into
still
the
offended
near
by
future.
that. Oh my god. I'm still offended by
Hey
her.
guys, Quentin Thwaites here. I play Dick
Dick,
Grayson
you need to
and Nightwing
your
in
hair.
Titans on HBO Max. We're very happy that you
He's
guys
an
have been
Aussie,
enjoying
right?
season 3. We loved making it, and it's good to know that it's landing on audiences.
Sounds like it. I did
especially
not
the
know that. He
hardcore
covers
true
his
Nightwing
accent very
fans,
well.
Titans fans. We're excited to be here at the DC Fandome. We're going to debut an exclusive clip from season 3 for you to see.
I think he's an Aussie.
And we really hope that
Either
finale,
UK or Aussie.
packs the punch and kind of lands for you guys. But first, we're going to announce something. We're going to announce something.
Sexy bagel and banana.
Yeah, honey, go. We practiced this. What are we going to announce?
Season 3.
Season 4. We're going to announce. We're announcing season 4. Titans is going to go again. And
Great.
we are very excited to go back
Did you
to
not like
Canada
season 3?
and continue making
Dude,
this
I had to
wonderful
stop
show.
watching, man.
It's been
Yeah,
a
he's
wild
an Aussie.
ride. I love making it. Toronto's a wonderful place to work, and this is such
But you had to stop
great,
watching it.
versatile, diverse content
Just
to be able
wasn't
to
feeling
work
it
on as an
anymore,
actor.
Really?
But
I didn't
it
like
was
the
all
way they
thanks
took
to you
Red Hood,
guys
the direction
for,
that they were going
watching
with
it and enjoying it and
I
demanding
liked him
that
better
they
as
make
Jason
another
Todd than Red
show,
Hood.
another season. Anyway, we're out. Thank you. See ya.
Did they not make him early enough for you? I haven't seen that show yet. I haven't seen season 3
It's
yet.
just
Okay, Dick, I'm here. What do I do?
they don't make his motivations right, in my opinion.
Because his motive was just to kill the Joker.
Yeah, that was his motive in the other, and it makes perfect sense. In this, it's like, it's.
I love
You told me about Jason.
Girl, I'm about to. What is it? That little.
Would you have gone inside if I had? Still should have told me. Okay.
And then I'm liking
Okay, hold
him
on, you're
less
not
and
done
less
yet.
too.
Beast Boy? I don't like him much. I think Beast
Wait, what?
Sorry.
Spoilers, guys. Nice choreography,
I'm going in.
They've
Tell
always
Guard
had
to cut
nice
the red wire, hook it up
choreography
to the
with this.
router.
especially with Nightwing.
The red
Nightwing's
wire?
choreography.
You never cut the red wire. Cut the red wire. Guard, it's me. Dick left. He said cut the red wire.
What?
No, you never cut the red wire. I know, but that's what he said.
I am so. Oh, spoiler. Never mind. If you haven't seen it, I was about to spoil something. But I'm so glad they did it. When that one thing happened to that one character.
What's happening?
I'm so glad.
And then when he says stuff like this, I want to punch him.
Oh, shit.
What's
What?
the name of the one who got away?
There's a security question.
Jason Todd.
What's the name of the one who got away?
Joker?
Joker. Riddler.
No.
All of them have gone away.
What?
Tim.
Dick.
Shut up.
I've got one more try at this
Dick?
or I'm locked out.
Talia?
Try Selena Kyle.
Who's that?
Selena.
Trust me.
Selina.
Catwoman?
Welcome.
Who's Selena Kyle?
It is now our privilege to introduce two larger-than-life characters. Both have amazing fighting skills, but one has equally impressive biting skills.
Yeah. Please welcome Harley Quinn and King Shark.
Heck yeah.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, theys, and gays. Fancy meeting you here inside Starro's beehole. Look, we all
This
know
is
why
why
I'm here,
I like
okay,
this
to
show.
present
This show's
a little
amazing.
something,
It's because they
something
don't
for
hold it
season
back
3
because
of
that's
my
Harley.
show, which was announced in like 1972, and here we are in 2021, and like 2 whole generations of animators have been burning the midnight oil on it, and the season is still not finished. And those poor artists died of acute carpal tunnel for nothing.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you still vamping?
Yes. Did you get the season 3 footage from HBO Max?
It is currently being uploaded onto the Fandome server.
And this is only happening now because
the hard drive containing said footage looks like a piece of sushi, and I ate said hard drive.
But it's being uploaded?
It is.
So you passed the hard drive?
The hard drive is wireless, and it is very much still inside me.
Is it high speed?
Oh, my metabolism? Yes, I'm lucky. Oh, look! The producers are telling me it's ready to go.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. A sizzle reel for Harley Quinn, season 3, coming
go.
to HBO Max sometime in 2022.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I've always wanted to say that.
How long has it been? 2 years now?
What do we do now?
Let the Eat, Bang, Kill tour begin. Come here. Harley and Ivy are back. Send our regards to whatever tabloid you work for, and tell Ben Affleck I upper deck his fancy soda stream.
I'll bring Harley and Ivy to
This looks
justice
really,
and
really
they'll
rough.
change your tune.
I am here for revenge.
Hell,
I am.
To us, together at last.
Partners in crime in every sense of the word.
Sick outfits. I can't wait.
There are so many surprise twists and turns, and I say that as someone who's already lived it.
I will admit, that looks pretty great. Gonna be better, after the crayon guy, colors it in, and then the sound effects guy does the pew-pew stuff, and, the music guy does the ban-na-na-na-na thing with the guitars. Oh, God, animation takes forever.
You're telling me. I'm sure they'll get around doing something cool, the old K hombre. Any minute now.
Yeah, don't worry, you look great. Well, there you have it, folks. I guess. And please remember all the cool stuff you saw earlier, and not that.
And get ready for more of this soon. That's all I can move right now. Not too shabby.
Oh, okay, we're done here.
How long does it take to make an animation?
Long time.
They did all that for cutting.
Hola a todos mis compañeros
Young
fanáticos del
Justice.
cómic de DC. It's me,
Ah,
Gabby
that's
Cam,
what I'm
huge
excited
super
for.
fan of all things DC.
Did you see the
And
latest season?
thank you, Harley Quinn and King Shark. Now
Did
that
they
we
come
know
up
what
with
is
a season
happening with
after
all of the other
whole season
colorful
4?
characters in Gotham City, it is time to check in on the man himself. The
It might have been
1990s award-winning show Batman the Animated Series was the first introduction to this iconic character for many current Batman fans. Fans were excited that original series creator Bruce Timm will be teaming up with James Tucker and two of the biggest names in television and film,
No, I have
J.J.
not.
Abrams and Matt Reeves, to reimagine the series for a new generation. Let's check in with that dynamic group
Actually, no,
and
yes,
see
I have.
what they have planned
So
for
the next
Batman
season is
Cape
called
Crusader.
Phantoms.
I'm J.J. Abrams, executive producer of Batman Cape Crusader.
I'm Bruce
What?
Timm,
J.J.
executive
Abrams
producer
direct these?
of Batman Cape Crusader.
Hi, I'm Matt Reeves, executive producer of Batman Caped Crusader.
Hi, I'm James Tucker, and I am a co-producer on Batman Cape Crusader.
Warner's Animation asked if we would be interested in working with Bruce on a new animated Batman series, and Matt was working on the Batman film, so it just felt like an opportunity to collaborate not just with Bruce, but with one of my best friends on a project that I knew would be incredibly meaningful to all of us.
One of my elevator pitch versions of this show is that it's more Batman the Animated Series than Batman the Animated Series. It kind of goes back to the original principles of the show that we originally came up with back in the early 90s. There was certain limitations on what we could do in terms of adult content, in terms of violence and adult themes. And my idea is basically to say, okay, it's 1990 again. I get to do what I want to do this time. And I got JJ and Matt backing me up.
In Bruce's world, in this new iteration, it's just Batman right now. There's not, the Justice League, it doesn't exist. There aren't any other superheroes. It's Batman. You're
Back to
watching
the
this
faces.
lone figure swimming through the cesspool of Gotham. It's Batman alone.
He's Batman. I mean, whether he's wearing the mask or not, he's Batman. And Bruce Wayne is the mask. Bruce Wayne is a phony person. He's a construction that Batman has created to deflect suspicion from his activities.
So he's going to be very low-tech initially. As he develops as a character, we'll start introducing those gadgets. And, the audience can see how he developed the Batmobile using different prototypes. That's part of the fun of this series is we're finding him discovering these things that most other Batman series, they already were there.
It really is an incredibly complex psychological story about someone who, in a way, needs to be redeemed, and that's kind of what at least this first season's about.
We've reconfigured some of the roles some of the characters have. We're starting before Batman has earned their trust, and they've earned Batman's trust, so there's nothing assumed. We don't know that Commissioner Gordon will be Batman's ally. The journey of the show is to see how they, eventually grow together and learn to trust or not.
So it's starting from year one.
Nothing is assumed in this series as far as what we're used to seeing in the world of Batman.
What this does is it gives us the opportunity to say, okay, well, the versions of Joker and Catwoman and Penguin, those versions that we did on Batman the Animated Series were really great and iconic. But there's lots of different ways we can take those characters that we hope will be just as iconic and just as powerful.
Bruce pitched the concept of Cape Crusader, and he had the Strange Days short that was done for Batman's 75th anniversary. That was very old school film noir look. It was in black and white. And I think that's what really closed the deal on the pitch, because looking at that, they could see exactly what the show was going to look like. But just so it's clear, the show won't be in black and white. Unless I can talk Bruce into doing a special episode.
This new iteration is very much born of a noir sensibility.
Definitely heavy on the German expressionism / film noir kind of styling, set in a kind of timeless 40s world. If anything, we're probably going to lean into that even more in terms of authentic clothes and hairstyles and hats and vehicles and architecture. The way we deal with the characters is going to be quite a bit more modern in terms of inclusivity, representation, things like that.
Cape Crusader is something that, I feel honored to get to be part of the creative conversations, to get to help and support along with Matt, not just the vision for how they want to do it, but even in using new technologies, the opportunity to take advantage of literally techniques that didn't exist back when Bruce was doing the animated series.
It's an honor, and I'm thrilled to be able to work on this, but to be honest with you, the most exciting part is I can't wait to see how it turns out. I can't wait to see all of these come together. I'm a fan, and I just want to see what Bruce does.
Kinda does. Please don't do the ears. Please don't do the ears like that.
They already did the ears like that.
That's cool.
Even though it's still early days, that all sounds amazing. Batman Cape Crusader will air on Cartoon Network and HBO Max. I seriously can't wait for this one either. There's so much talent behind this series. And speaking of talent, let's take a look at your amazing Gotham-inspired art.
Nice. Okay, good. Wow. Damn, that was good. That's good too. Nice. Very well done. Nice. Sure. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. Got a style to it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Nah, not a huge fan of that one. Wow, that's really cool. That's good too. Nice. Whoa, that's sick. Not bad either.
I think I like that last Batman picture.
Yeah, that was sick.
Wow, I just love seeing your creations. Don't forget, Jimmy will be announcing the winner at the end of the show. So stay tuned to see if you've been chosen. Do you like pizza? Have you ever wanted to be like the Batman? Then you will want to get your TikTok on with those pizza fanatics at Little Caesars, who are partnering with the Batman film in theaters in 2022. To get in on the fun, record how you would navigate your everyday life if you were the Batman. Then tag your video with hashtag #BeLikeTheBatman on TikTok. To learn more, check out at Little Caesars Pizza on TikTok. We won't keep you in the dark. And here's something else to be excited about. A new DC mobile game announcement from Ludia. Looks like the most iconic DC superheroes and supervillains are going to be featured in a puzzle RPG. Mobile gamers, get your fingers ready for DC heroes and villains.
I said that there was going to be like some like weird low budget game that they were going to announce.
Better than the mobile game.
The interesting thing about power.
Interesting thing about mobile games is that most of the time it doesn't cost too much to make them. Most of the time, since you're such a big platform, they bring in so much.
Or is it that even the greatest power can be lost in an instant? It's what we choose to do when identities crumble.
Are you sure it's not the same thing as
The
Patterson
line
that
between hero and villain blurs.
Poison Ivy as actually having
And extinction draws near. Enter a crisis where sworn enemies will be forced to unite. The fate of the universe is in your
The devil
hands.
himself. Oh my god, I have to play that.
You just know you
We have
wanna-
some exciting news for fans of
you need that
collectibles.
extra geeky
Here to tell us about it is legendary comic book artist and founder of McFarlane Toys, Todd McFarlane.
Hey, thanks, Candace, and I hope you're enjoying yourself, and so are all the fans out there today. I'm here to talk to everybody about McFarlane Toys, my company, and DC Direct. We just started a partnership, but basically I'm going to take all the things that we're good at and continue to do all the things that DC Direct has been doing. So here's a couple of things to look forward to. We're going to continue the Batman Black and White series, which is over 100 different statues already. We're going to do the Harlequin Red, White, and Black series. We're going to continue doing the DC Designer series. So look forward to all of that. This is just the beginning right now. One of the early statues we want to announce is the Joker Purple Craze from the artist Greg Capullo, who I think is one of the best in the business. It comes from the pages of the Batman Death of the Family that both Greg and writer Scott Snyder popularized. I've been waiting a long time to finally get to the Batman movie, and it's coming. One of the things we're going to be doing is a big, tall statue of the Robert Patterson Batman. And it's based on the concepts and the costume and the reference that was given to us directly from the producers and director, so that we're going to make it as authentic as possible. Take a look at it. It's going to be super cool for your collection.
They've been teasing it.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is continuing the Batman Black and White line. It's the longest running statue line that's been out there in
Gotham Knights,
collectible history.
we better
Number
see more
100
gameplay
is
of that
based
in
on
Game
my
Awards.
artwork, so that was kind of cool. This one is based on the artwork by Mike Mignola. This is from the graphic novel Gotham by Gaslight, written by Brian Augustine. We've done a couple other Mike Mignolas in the past in that series, and they've been some of the top sellers, so this one is not going to be any exception. Also, big news, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the DC Designer Batman series. This one is going to be based on the comic book Batman Year 2. Artwork by myself, so I know what it's supposed to look like. And on top of it, I'm going to sign that toy for you. So if you want a chance to win that cool big Batman, head over to DCFandome.com for a sneak peek at some of the upcoming collectibles that are coming out, including Dwayne Johnson has Black Adam and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Still to come, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and the Batman's new trailer debut.
Jesus. This should have ended an hour
We're
ago.
not slowing down with all these announcements and surprises.
still have another
Now,
hour
going
to
into
go.
its fourth season, Young Justice is a fan favorite series focused on the covered up side of the DC universe, taking place on Earth 16. It sees fan favorite characters like Superboy, Miss
Oh, so it's already-
Martian,
it's
Satana,
already out?
Beast Boy, and more as they take on an ever-evolving DC universe. And this just in, you can watch the first episode of the new season for free after the show on DCFandome.com, but there's still so much to come on in Hall of Heroes that you may want to finish watching our show before you jump over to watch
same
them all.
series.
Until
There's
then,
not a season
here's a
4
sneak
yet.
preview of Season 4 of Young Justice.
The heroes of Young Justice have grown into leaders.
McGann, Connor, and Garfield are on their own.
But right now, fighting bad guys is the least of their worries.
At some point, we decide who we want to be.
No one on the team is perfect.
You broke the rules. Makes me want to break some rules too.
And sometimes, being a superhero isn't so super at all.
There are some things you just can never prepare for.
This is a really weird
Some
trailer.
things you can never get over. What do we do? Pull your energies into me.
The heroes you love always fight for what's right.
Surrender or die.
That was my favorite clipboard. This season, they'll fight for something more.
No more angst! No more meddling! You'll all die today!
And the choices they make
We decide who we want to be.
Man, for a minute, I thought I lost you too.
will alter the DC universe forever. Young Justice Phantoms, now streaming.
I like it.
That it seems like this show
DC
is getting more
Fandome is
intense
the
by the
only
season.
place to be for the
love it.
latest and the greatest DC news and upcoming projects. I am Terry LTAM, and to say I'm thrilled to be here with the best fans in the world is a complete understatement. This is beyond exciting. Now, up next, another first. The talented and revolutionary writer, director, and producer Eva DuVernay is officially making her first show at HBO Max. Eva has joined force with writer Roberto Patino to bring you DMZ, based on the comic of the same name. The show takes place in the future, where America is caught up in the Second Civil War, leaving Manhattan in ruins. The resilience of community and the human spirit is really what stands out in this 4-part limited series, starring Rosario Dawson and Benjamin Bratt. Now, over to Eva and Roberto to hear more.
Oh, it's got
Hi, I'm Ava DuVernay.
I'm Roberto Patino.
And we're here today to talk about our hot new DC comic adaptation.
Jesus,
that
took
way too long.
It's a story about a fractured people that are coming together, where we have a civil war between the Free States of America and the United States of America. And our story takes place 8 years into that DMZ, where the rule of law is basically dictated by the most powerful person at any point in time, and that could change from block to block.
So you have people who are in the city who've basically been abandoned. And the big kind of thrust of the story is an outsider comes in and she turns everything upside down. And that roller coaster ride, that adventure is one of the things that I love most about your script, and one of the reasons why I had to direct it, I had to be involved. Let's talk a little bit about Rosario Dawson and the character of Alma.
That's Alma was inspired by
AKA
one of the most fascinating characters in the comic book, and also one of the most underserved characters in the comic book, named Z, who is this fearless medic. I really took the creative guardrails off, and
man, I wonder what other fearless medic she's ever played.
And reinvented her. You know, this show is a bit of an origin story for one of the best characters in the graphic novel. She comes out the other side with a whole new understanding.
DC saw it. She did that in Marvel pretty well. They're like, you know what?
Ought to be.
You want to do a fearless medic in the DC world?
A beautiful, chaotic, messy, grappling with gender.
Tell me that DC doesn't steal ideas from Marvel.
Tell me what power looks like, and who really has the power.
Tell me it doesn't.
This is exemplified through Parko, played by
They both
Benjamin
steal
Bratt,
from each other.
and Wilson, played by Hoon Lee. And these are two actors, Roberto, they came to play.
Man,
I think he's
Parko
in that
Delgado
Warrior show.
is this guy who said, you know what, I am
It's
the
called
law.
Warrior.
I am the power here. And
It's
who I
a-
am and
it's
what I
AMC?
say I am, no one's going to challenge me on that if I say with enough resolve. Wilson, on the other hand, is about the opposite side of that, where everybody gets to make truly free choices in the DMZ. They get to decide who they want to be. And the result of that is this patchwork of gangs and tribes and outfits. And Wilson sees that as a marvel.
Because that's what the DMZ is. It is set in a world that's just a few moments into the future. And it speculates what would we be if we let the worst of our divisions get to us. I just think it's super cool. It's also important in ways that allow us to consider ourselves now and what we want to be going forward. We're just pleased and proud that
Give me
it's
the
going to be
burrito.
Making its way to
You wanna finish
HBO
that?
Max.
Yes.
And, you know, it's just been a pleasure working with you, my friend.
my God,
I can't wait to do it again and again.
Indeed, it's been such a pleasure working with you too, and I honestly cannot wait for the world to see DMZ. It's a world I'm thrilled to share with audiences, and especially with the DC fans.
Same here. Well,
I think you can tell which ones we care about and which
for
ones we
having
don't.
us, and we'll see you on HBO Max very soon.
DMZ isn't the only DC project from the brilliant Ava DuVernay. She's also bringing the fans Naomi, inspired by the amazing DC comic of the same name from writers Brian Michael Bendis, David Walker, and artist Jamal Campbell. Naomi stars this incredible actress, Casey Wallfall. Hi, Casey. Great to see you.
Hi, Candace. It's so great to be here.
Everyone is so jazzed for Naomi, and I am loving the diversity that's
Look,
become
so
the norm
jazzed.
in the DC universe.
Who the heck says that?
How does it feel to be a part of the DC family?
Everyone is so
It's an honor
jazzed.
to be a part of the DC family. I, for so long, have watched
Jazz
shows
hands.
like The Flash and a bunch of other DC TV and movies. So it's really special to me and very full circle for me. And everyone who I've talked to within the DC universe has been incredibly welcoming, which makes me really happy and it's been so exciting. I'm really excited for people to see this character that is so special to them within the comics on TV. And since she's so fairly new to the DC universe, there's a lot of room to grow within the character and within the story. And it's something that we haven't seen yet within the DC universe.
How did you prepare for the role of a teenage superhero?
Preparing for the role of a teenage superhero isn't so hard for me because I started the show when I was 16. Naomi is 16. I'm 17 now. So our lives, they often overlap as I'm reading the scripts. I get to pull from my family and my friends and things that I'm going through. And
So
when
does
you're a
that character.
teenager, it's really crucial when you're figuring out your identity and who you are and what you like and what you don't like, which is a lot of what goes through
Then again, I feel
Naomi's
like
head
with
throughout
darker
the
skinned
story. It's a
people, it's kind of hard
superhero
to
show,
tell
but it's
their
also a coming of
They
age
kind of
story.
age.
When it comes to the
It's
part
like
of preparing for the
they're a
superhero
kid,
part, I can't
then
relate
they're,
to the
you know,
supernatural
kind of an
part of the
adult,
story, but I
slash
can
adult,
relate to
and then
being a
they're
good person
old, you know?
and doing good deeds, which is a huge part about being a superhero. And I've also read the comics. When I first booked the show, I got the series of the comics,
And I know that
I've
there's
also
like something
read
in like
the
Latin,
Justice Leagues that she's
Latin
in. And
people
I'm an
that
avid reader, so
we
getting
just
into
seem
comics is something that the
either
show has
we
started
start
me on.
as looking
What makes
old and
Naomi
then we
different
just stay
from
the
the
same
other
all the way
female
through. Either
superheroes
you're
out there?
young all
Well,
the way
as I
through.
said before, she's a fairly
And
new
who is
superhero,
it?
so there's a lot of room for growth. But honestly, she's
Jennifer
a young
Lopez,
female black
an example
teenage
of someone who,
superhero,
like,
which is really
looks
special
like she
because
stayed young
that's
all the way
something that
through.
we rarely see a character have their
Then
own
you have
comics
George
and
Lopez,
to have on
someone who
TV. And I
looked
think what
old when
also
he was
sets her
20.
apart
Yeah.
is her character and her heart. She's incredibly confident. She loves the people around
Looks
her.
like a
She's
middle-aged
incredibly
man since he
driven,
was
incredibly
14.
smart, and isn't afraid to show it. And although there are a lot of Naomis and people like Naomi in real life, those aren't always shown on TV, so I
Nate's
think it'll
daughter's
be
Naomi.
really special. I also think
That's
what
why
makes it
every time she's
different
saying
is the
Naomi, I'm
unique
like, who's she?
characters within the setting of the show. And the creatives in the team and the crew and the cast, they make it even more
Whereas,
special, so I'm really
as Caitlin
excited for
says,
people to see the show.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks so much for being here.
They're gonna
Let's
see
give
this.
the fans a little teaser of what's coming their way in this DC News Flash, featuring
I didn't say
Naomi.
anything.
Now,
okay.
are we ready to begin?
And then she invites you to her house. And then she leaves you at her house.
What's going on?
Annabelle says there's a stunt happening in the square. Something to do with Superman. I need this for my site. Bathroom break. 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
She has asthma.
Naomi, her power? Asthma. Wow. She seems real hard.
God, I'm such a dick. Hey. Again. Move the tech copyright on.
Yeah, but it didn't say it was stop the stream.
Your stream may be temporarily blocked.
Hi everyone, I'm Asher Angel. I can't believe I'm here in the Hall of Heroes celebrating all things DC with you, the greatest fans in the entire multiverse. But I couldn't wait to tell you that we just finished shooting the sequel to probably your favorite DC movie of all time, featuring the only teenager to ever take a subway ride to the Rock of Eternity, Philly's own Billy Batson. The new movie is called Shazam.
You see what I did there? Because in the movie, when he says, anyway, I'm Zachary Levi, and let me tell you something. Our new movie, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, is going to be out of this world. In fact, the fate of Philadelphia and probably, I don't know, actually the entire world is in my hands. But this time, the family and I, we're up against some seriously
Why does it
scary
look so
villains.
much older
Helen
now?
Mirren, and Lucy
It's only
Liu,
been
my
what,
real
a year?
life alter ego, Asher Angel.
Two or
and
3
I.
years.
We had such a great time making this movie with our director, David Sandberg, and the rest of our cast, Jack and Megan and Adam and Ross and
Did you like
Grace
the
and
first
EJ
Shazam
and
movie?
Ian and Jovan and
You haven't
Faith.
seen
There
it? I
are
just
so
didn't
many.
look
And like our new cast members,
Yeah.
like Rachel Segman. We just wanted to take you behind the scenes to
okay.
join in the fun during the making.
Honestly,
of
Black Adam looks
Shazam.
50 times better.
Yeah, he looks good.
And that's all the costume. That's not actually him being Wolf, is it?
Hello, my name is Zachary Levi. I should have a little tag. And I play Shazam. We all established something very special in the first movie. And in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, we expand on that.
Now they have to balance their life with being superheroes.
This is where you hang out with your superhero friends, isn't it?
These goddesses come to our world.
Our incredible new villains, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. She's kick-ass as Calypso.
It's not really
We have mythological creatures.
Minotaurs,
I actually
harpies, and
don't know
dragons.
anything about Shazam. just
When I talk
because
about upgrades,
not
we got an upgrade, a huge upgrade in the
interesting
suit.
character.
Bigger action sequences, bigger set pieces.
We go from Athens to Philadelphia. We go from the Rock of Eternity and the Library of Eternity to the Realm of the Gods. So we get to go to environments that were never explored in the first film.
We have it all.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods takes the excitement and the action to a whole new level.
It's going to be more of a spectacle.
This fun all around. You're in store for a treat,
travel in it
y'all.
this time or what? He shows up.
2023?
Nah, I'm good. I'm
You know,
forget.
it doesn't matter how many times
love how
I
they
yell the
just
word
skipped over the whole
Shazam,
Batman.
I still can't fly. I also never seem
No,
to
they're
turn
gonna be
into a superhero.
I think that's the last thing
oh,
they're
well,
gonna show
I'll
is
just
the
keep
Batman.
trying. All right,
Which
guys,
makes
let's
sense.
keep the
It's 'cause
action
it's like the
going.
most important
Wonder
part.
Woman
Yeah.
is having a great year,
think
getting
the-
ready to celebrate her
People are
80th
most
anniversary. Let's take a look back at
Look, it's
a few
Nene.
highlights from her
Nene.
extraordinary
Oh,
story.
you're gonna want to kick his butt. I swear you are.
Wonder Woman is one of the original superheroes. She is a
Did you see our
universal
stream went
character.
down? What? Our stream went down.
Oh, really?
Rihanna's values
Just some
are built
copyright,
in
like,
her.
sound, and
It's
it
all
just-
about
I think it was
love
during
and
the
compassion and
Injustice
humanity
trailer.
and
Yeah. And it
peace
just
and
took, it was like, nope,
inclusiveness.
block the stream.
How long? It's part of
For
who
how long?
she
Was it
is,
down?
and that's what
It was
makes
down.
her
It
so
skipped over the
special.
Blue Beetle part, which was only like 15 minutes.
No, no, it was like maybe. Oh, yeah.
Shall we? She believes in good, and her optimism radiates hope to the world.
She's been around because I think she struck a chord at a certain time and then just kind of evolved throughout.
And there's
the
one of
ages.
those people.
We
What are they
all
called?
were Wonder Woman
The
on
Wonder
the
Woman
playground.
Manifesting.
And I love that she elicits that in
Anyways,
people and makes
she
people
called-
feel like they could be
I
Wonder
think
Woman.
she's European. She called football, soccer football, and then she called us illiterate for that.
No, she
didn't. That's how I felt about it. That's how I felt about it.
When I think about myself as a child, learning about the character and
The original
watching
Wonder Woman.
Linda and how much it
I
meant
can't
to
believe
me
she's still
and how much
excited.
it went on to mean to me over the years, you know, getting to be a part of the passing of
Oh,
the
yeah.
torch of this amazing character into the world is incredible.
It was
No, that's the original Wonder Woman.
an honor
Patty Jenkins is the
to
director.
and an
Sorry,
excitement
my
for
bad.
me
Don't
to
attack me.
go to see
The
your
no
movie,
people that are
Patty.
watching.
I know what it was like from the inside out, and I know what the legacy
To be fair,
meant to
she
me.
looked
And when I
like she had
created the
plastic
character,
surgery when she made
it
the
wasn't on
original
the
Wonder
comic book page, her kindness and her goodness. Her strength was her
Yeah.
lasso of truth, and it was defensive things. And that meant something to me, because we know what Wonder Woman is. We not just you and me, but the women out
Wonder
there and
Woman
and
is
the women
a
that have
woman of
come
wonder.
behind us and with us and through us.
wonder
And
what
I
it took so
hope
long to understand
that
what
they can see
You wonder?
what that is in their own
Why she's a
lives. Gives
woman?
me sort of chills talking about it.
Oh my
Beautifully said,
god.
Linda.
We're stupid.
It's so much more than a comic book character. It is an idea and an essence. And as a matter of fact, I wrote a song for you and for Gal, and
One more hour.
based on an original lyric that I had started for my husband. But
54
when I
minutes.
did your
Bro,
movie,
it's Dragon Man.
I finished writing this song.
There was a lot of
that
things
comes out
we're
in
like,
October,
all right,
actually, called
we're
Human and Divine.
Nope.
And it's about
Yeah,
the
it'll be the
love
last thing.
of Wonder Woman.
And I can't wait for everybody to hear it because it's incredible, and I'm so excited for it to be
I
heard
haven't seen
by the
any of the
world.
Static Shocks.
Thank you.
Here's the interesting thing. I think that Wonder Woman was controversial at the time that she came out. To my deep surprise, she was controversial
when they said
still
they were
when
making a
you
movie,
did
I was like, heck
Linda.
yeah.
Because I remember
But it was the
all
comic
of
stuff
the
that I was like, no.
conversation about were you too beautiful? Were you too kind?
That no,
Were
it's
you
never-
too loving?
Yeah.
Interesting
Unless
to
DC
me that
decides
even
to
when
team
we
up with
made
Marvel
film,
again.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
it was still
Because of
controversial
HBO Max,
that
they're
she
probably
could be
gonna
all of those things at once. And that to me is the essence of Wonder Woman. I find ourselves to be in such a lucky place and time right now as it relates to Wonder Woman because I actually think
I
she
feel
is
like
the
there's a
most
character that bounces from the DC
relevant
universe to the MCU
superhero
universe.
of our times
There has to be.
because
An
at this
MCU?
moment I think
MC
values are incredibly
yeah.
important.
Marvel
and
character
the
that
values of being capable
goes into the
of doing
DC
more
universe.
than
There is.
fight and challenging
In fact, all of
yourself to
them
be a superhero
were
of
entwined
love,
at some point.
compassion,
Yeah.
kindness,
They have-
goodness,
There was a
patience.
comic where they've been together.
You know, all of
You
these
think so?
things and be
I don't
willing
think
to
so.
fight, even physically, to stand up for those things is what matters right now.
True.
It is certainly not my invention
It might be in 20 years.
or yours, but
I hope so.
it feels like I'm a part of
Like, I really want to see Captain America and
and
Superman
that we
interact.
take on to the next generation of fans. And that is my hope for the future, certainly, and your hope for the future. What you, in Wonder Woman 3, which I can't wait to hear you
What?
come out
Wonder
with
Woman's the most relevant
I
superhero.
can't wait to hear me not
I
talk
think what they're
about.
saying is more like
Can't wait to hear you not.
That would be good to discuss.
Okay, not
Yeah.
talk about.
And that's
oh my
why the
God, not
relevancy is
talk
there.
about. Oh, but it's coming,
And again, I haven't
everyone.
seen any of the
Wonder
Wonder
Woman
Woman
3
movies.
is coming.
What?
And,
I haven't seen
and,
Dude, the first one is really good.
Even if I did know,
First one's
you'd
really
have to kill me to have me talk
say it
about
like
it,
I
but I
offended you.
don't.
Thank you. No, we're super excited about Wonder Woman 3.
I know. Like, I
Gal
really,
is
I
so, who's
do
so
want
bummed
to.
not to be here.
But
who's the
there
busiest
is, like-
person in the
Don't watch
world
this thing.
with now three little kids and shooting. So she was so bummed not to be able to be here. But we are all three.
So don't
very
watch
excited
Justice League
about some
original.
exciting things
Don't
coming
watch Justice
up
League original.
with
Watch
Wonder
this
Woman
one.
3.
84.
Pretty cool. Who would have thought in my life, at this time in my life, that this gift would just
only
present
an
itself
hour,
to
30
me? And
minutes.
that's so cool, and that's what I'm hoping for
So I
all
don't-
of the fans of Wonder Woman and all of the
Support
fans to know
Jason
that your
Momoa,
life
or
is
not-
full of
not Jason
surprises.
Momoa.
And the Wonder Woman in you
Yeah.
is alive and well.
Johnny Depp's ex, who's
She's been proven and she's
redhead.
admitted that she abused Johnny Depp.
I am just in awe of these women, Patty and Linda, and to you, the fans. Wonder Woman is all about celebrating the strength and wonder in all of us and creating a more respectful and open world. That's why we're so excited to launch our new content series, Real Wonder, with our partners at Unilever. Real Wonder is a year-long
I'm
celebration
moving
of
around
Wonder
with this
Woman's
couch.
80th anniversary. And
I
together,
can't get up.
with Doug, we're committed to creating and celebrating everyday women
I try to
who make
lift
the
myself
world a
up
more
and
beautiful
said
and
it's Danny's
confident
girlfriend.
place. We'll share
Sexual
real-world
harassment,
stories
say.
by real women
Really?
who are using their
Really?
everyday superpowers
Like you
to
didn't
help
just touch
create
my
real
chest like 5
wonder
minutes
and
ago?
change in their communities.
What are you talking
We're looking for women who aspire to ensure that the next
happened in
generation
the
grows up
kitchen.
helping young people raise their self-esteem and realize their full potential. Check out the website below to nominate someone who embodies celebrating the wonder in all of us today. Now, let's take a look at a special collection of fan art that celebrates the icon on her 80th anniversary. Here are just some of the truly wonderful creations sent in by the fans of the original, the most genuine, the pop culture icon that is Wonder Woman.
Hey, that's the Wakanda thing. What the hell?
That's cool. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool. That one's alright. No.
No, who's good?
No.
That was dope. What are you talking about?
That's
cool.
dope. Nah.
Yeah, sure.
Nah.
It's cool. Yeah, that one's actually has a cool costume. That one's cool too. No, I'm not a huge fan. That one's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, there's different art.
That one's awesome. Yeah, I that one's, or yeah, very sure. That one's awesome. But yeah, it's not bad. That was really good, actually.
I am always in awe of your amazing works of art. We asked members of our DC family why Wonder Woman has been such an important icon for 80 years and what wonder means to them. Let's take a look.
He doesn't want to show her his offspring.
I don't want my daughter
I
to
think
be
it's
on
about
this.
time that we realize that women actually are half of the human race and can be as strong and as exciting and interesting and complex as male characters.
When is Kathleen Kennedy?
A character like Wonder Woman at the time, she was an incredibly, important, unheard of, groundbreaking character that I think has meant so much to so many.
Look! It's Wonder Woman!
She's a standout character among all the original DC members.
I can't believe she's been around for 80 years. It's insane.
But I think she inspires everyone who aspires to be like a strong, powerful person.
People gravitate towards her so much because she's uniquely different. I think it's important to have strong female role models like Wonder Woman because women have gone through so much adversity.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world. And it's what I'm going to do.
It's important for little girls to look up at the screen and see a hero there and say, I can be that, I can do that.
Yeah, actually,
Woman, and I decide who I want
If
to
you watch
be.
the series,
Inspiration that comes from seeing this super strong, super smart,
Yeah,
elegant heroine
a good romance
that
can enhance
stands
or
on her
change
own.
the story.
It gives them
And it
someone
has
to
with
look up
Batman.
to, even if it's just in their imagination.
Wonder Woman is an amazing character. Anybody can look up to her, regardless of status. Of course, Wonder Woman's really important to be a role model for women, young women, but
with
also for
Batman,
younger
it's just him
men.
being
It gives you like a chance to believe that you can
And then with
actually
Superman, it was
be
just like
Wonder Woman.
I
that
think
you can
her
reach
romance
the
with
capacity of
Superman
your dreams, I
makes
suppose.
way
I
more
would
sense
say
than
wonder
him and
inspires
Lois.
a sense
Yeah.
of awe.
It does.
Wonder is the ability to still see the grand and incredible things in the world.
I love the hope behind the character.
It is important to have these strong female roles in society to show the power of equality and to show that anything is possible.
I think it's wonderful. I think there should be 1 million female superheroes, and I'm glad there are so many now.
You know these women, your grandmother, your mother, your best friend, your aunt, a teacher, who are strong, capable, wonderful women.
Strong women are very much a part of the universe, so of course we want to see them reflected on the screen.
People like Wonder Woman show us that every woman is a queen, every woman is a warrior, every woman is a fighter.
I think Wonder Woman is dope. I like that rope. I don't understand it, but it's cool.
the female version.
But Superman has like a world we like.
To continue the celebration of wonder, we have one more fun challenge. Now, we all know that part of Wonder Woman's iconic lore, especially from the TV
Princess
series,
of
is that she
Tennessee.
has the most awesome transformation of any superhero with her infamous
My favorite Disney
spin.
princess for sure.
Celebrate Wonder Woman's 80th with us by doing the Spin Challenge on TikTok. Show us how you spin into action, and no matter what the day brings, you can spin into anything that makes you take on the day with confidence. Let me show you how it's done.
They're like women empowerment. There wasn't very much like back.
I am feeling very confident in my Wonder Woman look.
Like nobody can say it. But people. Well, you're honestly you're probably right.
And breaking news from DC Publishing. As we are celebrating Wonder Woman and the 80th anniversary of this iconic superhero, we are also looking ahead to 2022 with Trial of the Amazons. This massive crossover event will affect the future of the Amazons. Diana has ascended to a new
The
place of
Flashpoint
existence,
paradox.
fighting for justice on
What
a cosmic
Earth
scale,
is that?
which has led to massive change for the Amazons.
What Earth
Queen
is it that
Hippolyta
they're
departs
in?
from man's world, leaving Nubia to watch over Themyscira as new tribes of Amazons appear. Yara Flor recently introduced to comics as Wonder Girl, and Nubia find themselves at the heart of a power struggle in this historic story that fans won't want to miss.
It's been, yeah. I was about to take the batteries out.
Come on, guys, let's all put our hands together for Wonder Woman's 80-year legacy. And you better believe this really iconic character is not done wowing us yet. I'm such a big fan, I've already ordered a celebratory cake for Wonder Woman's Day on October 21st. What can I say? I have a sweet tooth. And you'll have one too, thanks to our next segment based on the critically acclaimed comic book series by Jeff Lemire.
Wasn't that good?
Hello, fellow hybrids and humans. My name is Christian Convery, and I play Gus on Sweet Tooth. I hope you are having the sweetest time tuning into this week's
See what he did
DC
there?
Fandome. I'm excited to be with you all today and answer some of your fan questions. So, let's get started. The amount of pieces of candy
Or the
I
kids
think I ate, probably about like more than 500. But I'm definitely not complaining. That was amazing. I do have a sweet tooth in real life too. So the ears are actually controlled not in
anything with
production
animal
and
like
not by
human.
me. It's actually a whole rig that controls them. So it starts by me putting on a skull cap, which holds the wig and the antlers, but the ears are actually connected to that skull cap, and the ears have wires that run down my neck and onto a pouch on my back that's strapped onto me. And then there's a puppeteer, and me and him work together to remote control the ears and think of cool ideas that we could do during the scene to really make Gus come alive.
Are your ears soft?
Why you?
It's super cool.
My favorite part
That's
of
very
the
weird.
was how the nature is so spectacular and extravagant that when it's put onto camera, you're
Don't
like,
say that because
is this
the furry
fake?
culture
Because
is
it
gonna go
looks
after
so majestic and magical. That is what I
The
love
furry
about
culture.
magical
There's still some
nature
like there. Logical furries that are like can disconnect the animal stuff from the human stuff, and it's not all sexual either.
I love basically all DC characters. I love all the classics, like, for example, Superman and The Flash, but I gotta give it to Sweet Tooth because I am Gus, and Gus is in Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth is the DC comic book, so it's pretty cool getting to bring a DC comic book to life and being one of the
I
characters.
feel like 20 years later, he's gonna be like,
read the
my
comics
parents
before
forced me
starting
into
Sweet
this school.
Tooth, and I love
I feel like
Jeff
that's what's
Lemire's
gonna happen.
writing techniques and like how he really brought it alive off the page. It's so amazing, the comic books, and it really helped me get a jump start with Gus.
What's in Colorado?
My mama.
It does you for
Wow.
sure.
I know that I'm itching to find out what
and I don't know
happens
if you
next,
guys-
but I'm really pumped about
Yeah,
it
it's awesome.
because
That's
he's the
weird.
cutest thing in the world,
Yeah,
right?
weird. I don't, for
Well,
the
and of course,
audiences
all the
here,
other hybrids.
I don't know if you know Cole
But
Sprouse. He plays
you'll just have to
Jughead
wait
in Riverdale.
for season 2
He
to
just
find
posted
out.
something recently that even him, as a child
I
actor,
absolutely love
he's learned how
much
to,
you
like,
guys
when
enjoy
he's sick, he
Sweet
still
Tooth and
acts.
cannot
When he
wait
when
for
he
you to
needs
see
to rest, he's
what
still
we have
working
in store
overtime.
next. Get ready
And
for more
as a
banter
child,
of
you're learning how to
hybrids
do
and
this. It
candies
is
to last
traumatizing,
you
and you
a
do have to
lifetime.
recognize that they go
Or
through all
at
of
least
this
take care of
because
your Sweet Tooth.
you're gonna lose $10,000 just for
See
not
you
going
soon
one day.
for Sweet
So that
Tooth
sucks.
Season 2!
Yeah, it is.
And now that we've satisfied your sweet tooth, there's a sweet deal waiting for you over in the DC shop. It's our final exclusive drop of the day.
is up with
This
DC
is the
and
one
just
that you've
using
been
water
waiting
puns?
for. That's right, it is
This is the
time to
first time I
scoop
hear
up
him
some
say that
brand
many
new
puns.
Batman merchandise, and it's happening now at shop.dccomics.com. Take a look.
Oh yeah, you missed Cars and Bat. Yeah, that was Batman.
Get ready for the world premiere of the Batman trailer.
Yeah, they're kind of like making their
All
own
this
cars.
talk about Batman,
Like
we must not
animated
forget
movies.
that
It's
much
not,
of the
no.
Cape
No, it's
Crusader's
just
strength
Batman,
comes
but
from
it's
something
like Batwheels
other
or something
than
like
his
that they call
muscles or Bruce Wayne's billions.
Yeah.
Alfred Pennyworth has always
I think
been
it's weird,
a
you
huge
know, how
source
they
of
cross
support
over humans
as
and
both
cars, you know?
Batman's
It's
butler
like, no, it's
and
stop.
father figure.
Yeah.
Pennyworth,
You haven't
the
heard about this?
DC
Pennyworth, I
origin
think this is their
series
second season.
answers just that.
What?
As it
Pennyworth.
follows a young Alfred Pennyworth who goes to work with billionaire Thomas Wayne in 1960s London. Let's take a closer look in this DC spotlight.
Or maybe it hasn't come out yet, but I've definitely.
Hello, DC Fandome. We've had so much fun making Pennyworth over the past 2 seasons, and we just wanted to thank you all so much for your support. On a personal note, it's been a dream for me to play this character, and I really will never forget it, so thank you so much.
Whoa. It sounds like you're saying goodbye when actually we've got some really exciting news to share, haven't we? So why don't you...
That is true. I will. As you can see, we're on set, and we are officially in production for Season 3 of Pennyworth, which is now a
Season
Max
3?
original series on HBO Max.
That's right, and you'll be able to catch up on the first 2 seasons of Pennyworth on HBO Max early 2022, and the all-new Season 3 will premiere there later that same year.
We really can't thank you enough for your love and support, and it's because of you, the fans, that we are back, and we can't wait for you to see what we have in store.
Season 3 will dive in deeper on the lives of Alfred, Martha, Thomas, Bet Sykes, Lucius Fox, and all the other Pennyworth characters, as we find out more about their involvement in the evolution of the Batman canon.
And there's a 5-year time jump.
Oh, all right, that's a bit of a spoiler.
Well, let's just say that there's lots of exciting things happening on Pennyworth Season 3, and we can't wait for you to see. It's going to be a fun and revealing ride ahead. We and everyone here at
That's
Pennyworth
supposed to be
are so
Thomas
happy
Wayne?
to be back, and we'll see you very soon on HBO Max.
Dude, it's not coming. I said it's coming.
I didn't hear.
I just said that. Yeah, coming 2022 to HBO Max.
Wait, what's it on then?
Amazon? Let me... CW?
All right, so Jim, fans have noticed that you've been posting some awesome artwork leading up to DC Fandome. And we, of course, have some very keen fans who are trying to piece it all together, see what it might all mean. So what can you tell us?
Yeah, look, we wanted to create something kind of fun for the fans to engage with. It's essentially a puzzle. I've drawn 12 images, each celebrating a specific DC moment.
I'm back.
We're revealing the final 4 right now during Fandome.
You're not going to see it for like
Take all
15 minutes
16
later.
and
Guess who's
rearrange them
back?
and kind of
Yeah,
squint.
back.
Hopefully you will see what we have been building up to. And it is the iconic cover from Crisis on Infinite Earths, #1, drawn by one of my favorite cover artists, George Perez, 1985. And yeah, it's a fantastic piece of work, and that is what this mosaic approximates.
Is squinting an official instruction or rule to figuring out how this all comes together?
Absolutely, because look, I wanted to make it hard enough so that people didn't immediately recognize what the cover was. So I basically used elements and drew in characters that approximated those shapes. And at the end of the day, if you squint, it should work. But the dead giveaways are the panels that say Crisis on Infinite Earths, and we saved them for this moment so that we wouldn't spoil the surprise or the puzzle for the people that have been working on it.
Well, it sounds really cool, and I am so excited to take a look at this with all the fans watching right now, too. It sounds like it took a while to put this all together. How long have you been working on it?
Yeah, look, you know how slowly I draw, so it's been, we've been working on it for a couple months.
Also, I love that you're like, you know how long it takes me to... If I tried to draw anything near what you draw, it would be like 3 years, and I'd have like, there's one line.
Sure, no, absolutely.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Well, look, it wasn't just a drawing. I also had to make sure that the drawing approximated this overall kind of iconic image, right? So that was the challenge.
Stuff?
So now that we've got some more revealed,
Super cool, man.
what does it all mean?
Super trailer?
Yeah, so that is the $64,000 question. If I could date myself.
see that.
At the end of the day,
super cool.
It is the
losing it.
and
He was about to crack the audience side.
So that the fan really.
That's awesome, but you do know that it's not just you and I here talking. There's like literally millions of people watching us right now.
Yeah, yeah, you know, we'll fix it in post, right? Is that what they do? Right?
Yeah,
No problem.
We'll fix it in post.
Leap everything. Yes.
All right, so since Jim doesn't want to reveal all of the secrets right now, I think you gave the fans some great stuff, so they're gonna come up with their own theories, because I know that's what we all like to do. And speaking of fans, let's pivot to some other fans and amazing artists. So are you ready to reveal some of the winners of the art contest?
Yes, look, the art contest was one of the most popular items from Fandome last year. We repeated it, working with Talent House. We got a ton of amazing submissions from artists and creators all around the world. It is the hardest part of my job trying to pick a winner. But we were able to settle on some pieces that were just stunning.
I feel like they should
just take a look at the winners.
I'm sure. I feel like they've shown even more of
Wonder Woman,
of Suicide Squad than they did Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights a lot of Gotham Knights last year. Yeah, but this time like it should be like relatively soon when it's come out. They didn't show practically. They showed one trailer. That's it. Not even like games.
Well, they showed gameplay last time. Maybe it's just like waiting hype.
I hope we see more.
2022.
I took a walk around the Hall of Heroes and found a secret passageway, and I'm literally in the Batcave, guys. Now, if you're a DC superfan, and I know you are, then the mere mention of the Batman gives you chills up and down your spine. And I know you can't tell, but right now I'm doing backflips on the inside. Bat fans like myself have been waiting impatiently for this one. So without further delay, let's check in with Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, and Zoe Kravitz for a look inside the production of this much anticipated
Let's go.
This is what I've been waiting for too.
Show me what you got. Okay, Marvel fans.
See, that's the thing about this, is that DC has selective characters.
For some reason, Batman just always stood out. It's
Love the
one
soundtrack.
of the major characters of the 20th century, and so many people connect to it on such a deep level and for so many different reasons. The first conversation I had with Matt about it, I just knew there was something radically different from anything we'd seen in Batman movies before.
I felt that we'd seen lots of origin stories. We'd seen things go further and further into fantasy. And I thought, well, one place we haven't been is grounding it the way that Year One does, to come right in to a young Batman, not be an origin tale, but refer to his origins and shake into his core.
Right from the beginning, there's a desperation to it. He's really working out this rage. All the fights seem very personal.
What's so wonderful about this world is the exploration of the gray area. Catwoman really wants to fight for those who don't have someone else to fight for them.
Nice
and
costume.
that's where Batman and her really connect.
He wants to inflict his kind of justice. He's just compelled to do it. There is no other option.
Hey guys, so you just saw a little look of us behind the scenes, and
It's something in the way by
it
no
feels
Nova.
like that was forever ago, which is really strange. And actually, as we're finishing the
They
movie
showed that
now,
in
kind of
the
really
first-
emotional for me to see you guys, especially
They showed that in the first trailer,
after
and I was
everything
like,
that's
that
happened,
is
and
so
to
cool.
see you
The
now
way
again.
they
I feel like I've been watching your faces every day in editorial, but now to actually see you guys is really, really great. And I gotta say, it was an amazing time making the movie
What
with
has
you
Matt
guys.
Reeves done?
And it's really cool to see you
that's
now.
not true.
Oh, and it's so exciting to see like these little snippets of the film, you know, after for us being able to step away for a while. I know you've been in it the whole time, but every time I see just a little bit, it's so exciting.
You can see the progression. It kind of seems like it's getting more exciting and bigger and kind of scary. Yeah.
There was just something
much that.
very special and
Fan Dave's
magical
Cloverfield.
about the way you guys played off of each other right from the beginning. And so I just knew right away, I was like going, wow, there's just a really neat, like I know you guys are friends, and so there was a great chemistry right from the beginning that I just felt like there was the connection, which you naturally had. And I feel like when we were filming, obviously that came out more and more. I mean, do you guys remember when we were doing that crazy sort of, I guess, screen test, I guess you would call it, you know, when you guys got together for the first time?
I definitely remember, because that was basically my audition, right? You know, Rob was already cast, and that was my audition, and I was really nervous, and I remember you gave me like a the hardest part of the audition, to be honest, was the helmet. They were like, here's this helmet, you know, and you have to like walk out, and then you take the helmet off and you do the scene. But it's like sometimes really hard to look like cool when you're taking off, like you get stuck. And I was like, this is how I lose the part. I lose the part because I can't take off a helmet.
And it was just the opposite. Do you remember your first day, Rob, when you were wearing one of the actual bat suits? When Rob and I first got together, like we'd had all those conversations, and then just by virtue of what it is, it's Batman, the studio's like, well, we always do like a screen test, which is so like, you know, kind of the same thing you guys did. Rob did first by himself and literally was wearing, I believe, Val Kilmer's
yeah.
bat suit. Yeah.
Wow.
Which, by the way, like the moment you put it on, like that was kind of a crazy moment.
It was crazy, but I remember putting it on and thinking that this is impossible. This is going to be absolutely impossible. I remember you saying like, because I guess just trying to move. I mean, wearing a kind of 2-inch thick rubber suit or latex suit and being incredibly nervous and full of adrenaline the whole time. I remember we did like 2 takes, and then you were just saying, what can we do about this sweat? And I was like, nothing. There's nothing that can be done. I have to be drained of liquid.
The other thing that I remember too, which is cool because it informed the movie, is at the end of that costume test, where you came and you put on the eye makeup and began the transformation, that moment for me, that was when I was like, oh my God, it is so you. Like, it was just such a cool, and I remember you saying afterwards to me, you were like, I don't know what I just did. I said, it was amazing.
Yeah,
which it was really, really cool. But I really did think,
I liked him
oh my
in
God,
Tenet.
this version of this character, this guy who's sort of almost like, if you think of Bruce Wayne as like a recluse rock star in a decaying manner, there's this part of me that
He was nominated.
saw you as that, and I had no idea that you would be interested in playing the role at all. And I thought, what if Rob doesn't want to play Batman? This will be a disaster. And then it turned out that you completely on your own had a whole path to the same thing, which is that you had been obsessed with Batman for years, and when you found out that we were doing this version, you were very interested. So it was one of those things that for me felt really kind of lucky and fated, and then we met. I really felt that connection with you where I felt like, oh, we're going to be able to find something new with this guy and do something really special. But for me, you were always that version of what I saw in the page, and that was about trying to create a new version of Bruce.
He doesn't.
That's a really good point.
As much
probably
control.
Gonna make a ton
They're
of
going to
money.
make a personality.
But
Like, the delineation
like,
between when he's Batman and when he's Bruce is not so clear. And other kind of
and it was due to that same thing of overworking.
He really knows what he's doing when he's putting on the
That
cowl.
might not even be a bad
I
move.
kind of really like this idea. It's a little bit out of control. He hasn't completely defined what Batman is. I mean, it's kind of, he gets lost in it. Whenever he's putting it on every night, and it's kind of, he's not sleeping, and he's, becoming this quite sort of odd creature.
Like just finding the right, literally how to move.
Even
as
this
Batman,
conference that they're
how to
doing right
talk
now, it's
as
setting
Batman.
the tone
I mean,
perfectly.
that was what was fun for me. Even when you guys first met up, I was like, oh,
and you guys
so
just
this is
missed
the
Naomi
rhythm
like
of what
sucker
it'll be like
punching
when you
Caitlin.
guys talk to each other. Like even something as simple as that, and like the way you came in with, like you had for me. So you had an
especially
attitude
since Christian
that was
Bale,
so Selena,
like,
right from the way you came in.
I obviously, understand the gravity of a character like this and what she means to so many people, but what felt really important was to really focus on the story that we're telling in this moment, and try and create a real human being. I don't want her to be an idea. I want her to be a real human being in a real situation, in a real city, trying to survive and reacting to her own pain, and her history. So I really, really focused on this particular story and this particular moment in this woman's life.
I think it was about trying to find a way, again, as Zoe was saying, to ground her so that she felt like she had an emotional journey that made sense for who she was, that ended up being Selena Kyle, but was one that we hadn't seen before, and yet some ways it does connect to the comics. I mean, that's the thing which will be fun to share with an audience, is that there are a lot of iconic Selena Kyle aspects to the story, but I don't think any version of any of the Batman stories that have done any Selena stuff have done it in this way.
Because this is the foundation that we're setting right now, right? Like as we move forward and see her become Catwoman, that heart and that humanity will always be there.
So we debuted our first trailer for our movie last year at DC Fandome.
And we want to say thank you for the great response.
It's only fitting that we share the second trailer with you all today.
Okay, enough from us. Here's what you've been waiting so patiently for. It's the trailer for the Batman.
Trailer.
Police! Hands up!
It's the Riddler.
Nice.
Stay still! Get out of here!
Interesting. Dude, is he gonna be like in prison the entire time, and they're just trying to fix all the crap he set up?
Fear.
Awesome. That's almost like.
Hold on.
When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
Damn.
I've been trying to reach you. Burn the God! This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
I can take care of myself.
Wow.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left. I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance. What's black and blue and dead all over?
That's what I thought he said.
I got you!
What you thought?
Who's also Colin Firth somehow? Not Colin Firth.
March 4th.
Colin Farrell?
That looked awesome.
How many months is that?
We're gonna have to watch that.
6
Yeah,
months?
we definitely have to watch that trailer again because
And
we
that's
can't
the
have
way
the volume
to
very
drop
loud on
the
this.
mic and
And,
end
like
the
I couldn't
show.
hear a lot of the
Wow,
dialogue.
amazing. On behalf of
But
Warner
I'm
Brothers
pretty sure he
and
said
DC,
dick.
thank
He
you
said
all
dick.
for watching.
I know he
This has
said
been
dick.
a super experience.
Dick's gonna be a kid if he's
It's
in this
been
movie. He's not
epic,
gonna
and
be.
all
But
of us at
dude-
DC Fandome want to thank you for your
This might be the
unwavering
introduction
passion for
into
the
it.
DC brand.
And of course, for your continued love and support.
Thank you for being the best fans in the world.
We hope you all felt the love today on a global scale. Goodbye from Australia. It was an absolute pleasure bringing DC's multiverse into your world.
Be sure to check back in at DCFandome.com throughout the year for
I think it
breaking
is.
news on your favorite shows,
That's how you end,
films,
DC
comics,
Fandome.
games,
That is
and
good.
all
That
the
is how you
creative
do it.
At least they
geniuses
started
behind
strong
them.
and ended strong.
Bye everyone,
And they had
stay
some
safe
sprinkle
and
in the
stay
middle.
super.
Had a lot of sprinkles.
Dude, yeah. Honestly. All right. Not bad.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, we can go to
DC
the
Fandome.
Nothing compares to this.
Wow. Something in the way.
Oh yeah.
Winston, please.
Something in the way.
All right. Post show, official post show time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you did tune in, nobody tuned in. Nobody tuned
If you're
in.
watching this in the future, we appreciate you taking a look at our old stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, we had. At least I had a lot of fun. There was definitely some lulls in this. We're gonna talk about it. You weren't here for the whole thing. You weren't here for the whole thing. I was here for the whole thing. Bro was here for the whole thing. So, out of what you saw, better than last year's?
I didn't even watch last year's. You didn't?
I watched last
And
year's.
again, I had some stuff going on, so I couldn't watch the middle.
Yeah.
But Black Adam was good. Freaking Batman was good. It sounds like Suicide Squad game was good. Sounds like Peacemaker was interesting. I know you didn't. It didn't seem like you liked it that much. But from what I heard, because I was listening, it sounded pretty interesting, and it sounded like Flash was really good. They didn't have any like crazy announcements, right? Like a Snyder verse thing.
No.
They didn't do your Injustice 3 thing
No,
either.
unfortunately. They did announce a new Young Justice thing.
I did see that, which surprised me. Not
Yeah.
expecting more Young
Yeah.
Justice.
What do you
I
think?
think it's still going strong for that, but you know what? Compared to last year and this year, I feel like last year they had a lot more just because of COVID. They had so many things in back order basically that they barely started releasing it slowly until right now. So I feel like right now they're just throwing the heavy hitters, and I feel like that's great. The Flash is a heavy hitter. Batman's a heavy hitter. Shazam, I feel like he's like right in the middle.
They showed Shazam stuff?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that good?
Oh yeah.
There's a fan base for Shazam. There's definitely a fan base for that. But for me, it's like, it's a medium.
And plus, the other thing is they didn't show a full-blown trailer. They just showed
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Okay, but I mean, like, I wasn't even expecting them to show an actual Batman trailer. Because they showed the behind-the-scenes stuff for Batman. And I was like, that looked good enough to me.
Yeah.
So,
Coming out in March. Man,
6 months
I can't
away.
wait. I can't wait.
Logan, what did you think?
Like Shazam?
Good?
Yeah.
Did you see last year's Fandome?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay. But you like this one?
Yeah.
Cool. For me, I think this Fandome was just slightly better than last year. I feel like they're like right there, you know?
I feel like last
And-
year's kind of goes a little bit higher, just a little.
No,
like
no,
they
I
didn't
don't think
have
so.
enough stuff.
Yeah, they didn't.
They teased a lot of stuff. That's the thing with it.
Yeah. The thing is, this year they showed a lot of cool things. Last year they showed some cool
Like
things,
Batman.
but more than anything, it was kind of just like, hey, remember that DC is really cool. This year they came in with some things like, not even remember DC is cool. This is why DC is so cool. Sometimes, you know.
Look at all our cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna be honest, like, since I didn't watch the first part of it, I'm just going off of whenever I got here to right now. So, like, what I've seen so far, that's why, like, last year's Fandom, like, kind of triumphs it a little bit, just right above it. But that's because I missed a really good proportion of it.
I think all you missed that you liked would have been Black Adam, Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe the Static Shock stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care about that.
They didn't show anything with Static Shock, so.
The one that we missed, and that's when we were having technical difficulties, because of course, Those Who Geek always have technical difficulties.
It's not a
Is
Those
it-
Who Geek show if there's not something wrong.
Yeah, and that's the Blue Beetle one that, like, when they were here, I was talking about that, like,
but they only announced the main actor of it.
Who was it?
I can't. He was Latino, which is perfect, but
Yeah, and it sounded really good. Like what they were teasing, it sounded like they had something like really good prepared. But
we could just take this off.
Just blind it.
Sweet. So other than that, let's
rate it.
Well, I was thinking let's walk through like the biggest things and what we thought of them. Obviously, some people will have
Black Adam.
Yeah, so Black Adam, you and me.
I thought it was great. I mean, yeah, The Rock looked as good as we thought. We'll see. We only saw a second of it, but I did not see any like lighthearted stuff at all in that little teaser they showed us, and I was like, I'm down. I also cannot tell the time period, because like Hawkman sometimes is like a World War I time period hero. Sometimes like, and I saw some like concept art with like World War I or World War II looking soldiers in it. But in the teaser, like that looked like
modern day,
modern soldiers, modern stuff. Like they had modern flashlights. But I'm wondering if they're gonna have several timelines, like his timeline, a middle timeline, and then a today timeline.
Yeah.
Black Adam can go in between timelines, can't he?
He can't, but he's immortal. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he could survive into the future.
Yeah.
And it looked great. I'm wondering if they're gonna have like that other Shazam, you know, the Shazam that gave Shazam his powers in the first one. I'm wondering if he's gonna be in it, because they've shown that concept art over and over again with Black Adam and him fighting.
And that makes sense because he's very important to
intrinsic. He's
to his origin story.
He goes hard, man. Black Adam goes hard.
Yeah. I honestly that got my hype level so high. Like I don't really know that much about Black Adam. He's not one of my favorite villains or anything, but just seeing how much effort they're putting into this movie, that Dwayne Johnson's like, hey, I'll do anything to get, because he worked so hard to get the script approved, to do everything. I'm pretty sure he's a producer on the movie too. And then we've got these amazing actors for
Hawkman.
I
think I called him
for
Hawkman. Hawkman.
Dr. Fate. We've got really cool characters that most time don't really get the spotlight. So I think this is going to be a super unique DC movie, and it looks fantastic from the little clip we saw. So I can't wait.
Yeah, that was strong.
Yeah.
From there, it went to show stuff, right? Or no, that was later.
Yeah, it was later, and they sprinkled it in. They what was like the next thing? Wasn't it Suicide Squad? I think it was Suicide Squad. Or story.
I think it was show stuff. Yeah, so we got Black Adam.
And then we got
Aquaman,
which was like just behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
We didn't see anything real about it. Should I just turn the thing back on?
No, leave what we got.
Okay. So yeah, we got Aquaman. I'm honestly, again, I would have to see the first one and then, judge it from there. But I don't know. This still didn't capture my. It didn't get me intrigued.
So the first Aquaman, it looked pretty good, The story was kind of basic. It went too long. So it had potential to be better. And this next Aquaman project, they could do it even better. It looks like they have a better direction. Like Jason Momoa instantly started talking about, we're talking about planet Earth. We're talking about environmental issues. Yeah. And it's like, if they really drill down into that and make that the theme of this movie, they could make a good movie. So I'm excited just because I like Jason Momoa. Yep. I liked the last movie enough. And I really hope this one's better.
Yep. And then after that, we got Squad Squad.
We got the animated, which it's super short. Honestly, I don't love the art style, but it's clean. It looks good. Some of the jokes were okay for me. I was listening at the time, so I'm not gonna say I'm super excited because I don't think this is gonna be super memorable. No. It might surprise me and do some really cool stuff, but it looks great. Like, that looks good to me. That is some solid art.
He's not down vote for me.
He's not into it.
Not into it.
Hates happiness.
I hate that. Okay, and then there's the Static Shock stuff with like.
Did they show anything?
No, they didn't show any. That's why I was like, oh, fine. And they just said that
talked about
they're
stuff.
making it.
Yeah, they talked about stuff that we're interested in. They talked about the live action Static Shock movie being produced by Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
Pretty excited about that. Michael B. Jordan does cool stuff, and Static Shock I think is a pretty cool hero.
Yeah, he's super cool.
So pretty excited about that. Obviously we have to see stuff. They talked about an animated film, feature film, also about Static Shock.
Was it about Static Shock?
I
Was
think
it about
so.
One of the other characters that they
talked about?
That they wrote for Icon? No.
A Milestone. They said Milestone like 100.
Milestone? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
And there was one other announcement that they made that I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to more stuff. I want to see what they got because what they've talked about sounds super interesting.
Yeah. How long that was. Okay, so now we go into the Suicide Squad. Kill the Young
Justice.
Kill the
Justice League.
Kill the Young Justice. Kill the Justice League. And dang, this blew me away. This looks so freaking cool. Did you see any of this? Were you here for this?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. What did you think, Logan? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
What did you see that you liked?
Dude, I called it. We see in this trailer,
I heard you saying that.
Wonder Woman fighting Superman. Yep. Superman, obviously evil with the purple eyes. She's fighting him. That means Wonder Woman's on your side. I say she's playable. I'm calling it. Boom. I nailed it.
What about Batman?
We haven't seen it, but my prediction is we're going to have the whole Suicide Squad and the whole Justice League playable by the end of the game.
So this is another Injustice universe.
I don't think it's Injustice. No. I think Brainiac is in control.
Yeah, Brainiac controlling it. Yeah. And that's why you have to go take down Justice League because they got control. They're being controlled by Brainiac. We see a ton of Flash in this trailer. He looks incredibly unique. His costume is really interesting.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't see any Flash.
Well, you will see.
But I don't see any Flash.
This is gameplay, right?
This is gameplay.
Or in-game cinematics.
Looks great. In-game engine. It looks freaking so cool. We don't see really like any like HUD or anything. We don't know how the game is gonna feel.
Okay.
But I guarantee we're gonna see more of this latest next E3. Because this game is supposedly coming out next year. So we'll see.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. There's our evil Superman.
There's some Flash. Green Lantern. He looks awesome. Wonder Woman, her costume looks super unique too.
Look cool.
Like this looks
There's
amazing.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman. He's in it, but we don't.
Yeah.
But I am super hyped for this. This looks so cool.
Oh yeah.
You should just turn the sound on and watch it again.
I haven't seen this, so I'm actually.
What did you think would happen? You'd crawl out of your cell.
Evil Flash.
Yep.
Which superheroes did you say you were? Remember, your hands are ticking.
So Flash is being controlled as well, at least temporarily.
Some dude got killed.
He's not gonna make it.
Poison Ivy. You see Superman fighting somebody. Oh, there we go. See? Boom.
Man, dude.
The penguin is in flight. Repeat, the penguin is in flight.
Then let's clip his wings.
Oh my god, he's getting up!
Hitting him again. He's ran out the door! Somebody stop him! Did that get him?
Yeah.
He high-fived himself.
It very much did not get him. Waller, blow up his head.
So cool, and it's a next-gen title.
That looks really good.
So I'm not gonna be able to play it.
Freaking awesome.
That looks really good.
So that is like, honestly, at this point in the conference, my favorite thing. Super, super, super awesome. I cannot wait for that game.
They showed Peacemaker stuff.
They
right?
did, yeah.
And then this is how. What's James Gunn involvement in this?
He's the director and writer.
And who's in this other than him?
Peacemaker, and then a whole bunch of characters that weren't in anything else.
No, that main lady was in Suicide Squad.
Well, okay, yeah, some of the like staff members are there, but it's none of the other like heroes or villains, whatever you want to call them.
There's two types of babies. One that comes out normal, and then butt babies. Worse in every way. They come out
Oh my god, so stupid.
No, I believed I was a butt baby until I was like 14.
That explains a lot.
I don't know about this show. I'm probably gonna watch it because
It's
I'm
such a different vibe.
It's so weird.
I love his dad. I like that actor.
Oh, I love him.
No, lately I'm just thinking maniac.
No! That's because we're born killers. What separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually.
Who's that guy?
Unless there's a mistake.
I don't know.
Being a jerk is a way to push people away.
I think they said like he's some just like assassin or something like that.
People actually might like you.
Audio tech.
That was Audio Technica, I was about to say.
The production quality looks there, you know.
It looks good enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't look, you know, like blockbuster.
It looks like to me like the same production that they had for Suicide Squad.
No, it's a cut under. It just looks a little flatter. What the heck?
Eagle looks cool. I look like I'm gonna vibe with the eagle.
The eagle looks stupid.
He's hugging me. Dad, grab my phone. I don't want to move. Dad?
I think this is a sequel.
I think it is too. It is. Yeah.
January 13th, coming up real quick. Then we had some Supergirl stuff that was very meh, and then which took way
a bunch
too
of show
long.
stuff.
And then Superman stuff.
Oh, Super Pet.
Super Pet looked cool.
Yeah,
Doom Patrol looked cool. I should watch that show, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah. It's
It's
a really rough show, or not rough. It's a long show to get into.
And then they had some Smallville stuff. That's when we had a technical difficulty.
So what about Smallville?
They just nothing to
They
announce. Just
wanted
be
to
like just
celebrate it?
reminiscing. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 10 years anniversary, something like that.
From the end?
I don't know.
Okay. This is Gotham Knights.
This
right?
is Gotham Knights.
This is Court of Owls stuff.
You nailed it right at the beginning.
Batman, Jim Gordon, they thought they had a handle on this city. They never did. You don't stand a
I kind
chance.
of like this idea, you know?
The concept seems cool.
Because I always felt that, like, Bruce was never going to fix the city, you know? He would, like, lay the foundation, maybe fix some major issues, but he was never really going to fix the city. And that's part of the reason why all this next generation characters matter. Because they're the ones that take up the mantle to fix the city.
Well, it's more Nightwing that takes up the mantle as a
Well, as Batman, but all the other ones are still fighting the bad guy. Is that, who the hell was that?
Penguin.
Why can't they just make the Penguin look like the Penguin? Where's the top hat? Where's my scar?
You got the big nose.
Yeah, but I have a big nose. Does that mean I'm the Penguin?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to get fat first.
One thing that that irritates me is that I don't know which Robin that one is.
Yeah, they did say, didn't they?
No.
I think they.
I think they said it's Damien.
Last time. Did they?
Yeah.
Did they say Damien or did?
I think they said it was Damien. I think Tim isn't even here for some reason.
I'm like,
this does not look as good as
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
And that's the thing. That's why we need to see more of it. You know, what's good about it? Is the gameplay good? Because then we should be seeing gameplay.
I mean, it doesn't look bad though.
It doesn't look bad, but it's just like I don't know how to feel about this game. You know. And that's the way I felt last time we saw it too. Like I need to see more of this game.
No, I mean they showed us a lot of gameplay. The thing is like, okay, the gameplay looks interesting, but like I said, I'm gonna have to play it to know if it's really gonna.
If you really
get
want
me.
to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
And that's it.
Okay.
2022.
Something. It's just to keep you hyped. They didn't even go to a window.
Nope. It's 2022.
One of the joys of writing comics is the hope that someone will take that story and make it something their
Okay,
own.
that's Tim Drake. That's not Damian Wayne.
It is Tim Drake?
Yeah. I really wish it would have been Damian.
And we get some
I'm sure
Batwoman
Damien's in
stuff,
there
which
somewhere.
is very meh again. Anytime CW is just meh.
Yeah, CW's lost their touch.
Legends of Tomorrow. Oof. That was really rough.
People are into it, man.
We got a few Titan stuff. We got Harley Quinn
yeah,
tease
we
for
have
season
Harley.
3, which is cool, but you know, nothing else.
Batman Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a new animated show that they're making that they're working on, but they had no footage to show. Then this is a mobile game, and statue stuff. But it's like all this stuff. It's just like
Just
filler,
filler, it
you
feels
know.
like. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think they just want to
Shazam.
use their platform to
2023.
really just expose stuff that they care about. You know.
Sure.
It's because they have.
And I can't blame them.
But
they really don't advertise themselves that much unless
Yes,
it's a
that's true.
fandom, and that's it.
Yeah, and then
And
they
then you
showed
saw the
Sweet
rest.
Tooth, Pennyworth, and we got the Batman. Let's talk about the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman. So, damn. I feel like it's just.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, I am really excited for it. I'm not gonna say I'm like, oh, I like, you know, it's gonna be the best Batman movie ever, because I feel like that's putting expectations out of perspective.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't
set yourself up for disappointment.
Exactly. But I think this is a really interesting concept that they have, because we are. They said a few things in this that like really set me like excited for
Got
it.
you hyped.
That got me hyped. Thank you. And one of them was just that they said, or the main actor said that.
Robert Pattinson.
Thank you, Robert Pattinson.
Edward.
I can. Forgot last time.
I said Robert. I always say Robert.
That he is like lost at this time of his life, and he's just consumed by being the Bat. He's not sleeping and everything, and he has this anger that he doesn't know how, you know, he doesn't know how to handle it well yet.
And that's
I'm
like if
that you said it once before. Angry Batman is the best Bat, and I'm like, I kind of agree with that. This looks so freaking cool because you don't know where, you know, how close he's going to get to that line, or if he's going to go over that line, you know. And that is a incredibly it adds tension to the story.
Put closed captions on this really quickly.
There is
we
none.
have any.
There's none.
So I know that whole part of it, of because we've seen that storyline of Bruce being consumed by Batman, that at one point you don't know if it's Batman mentality or Bruce mentality, and there's a lot of people who argue it's always Batman and Bruce is just the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how a lot of people see it, and that's basically the majority of the people see it that way. And I think that's how they're portraying this, and they are, but they also are gonna have to show like one way of him either solving it or either going into it. And I feel like I'm excited for that part of seeing him either being consumed by the Bat or actually learning that line of it.
Yeah. So there's so much good stuff that I see here.
Mm-hmm.
I think what is getting me the most excited is how much it reminds me of like Mindhunter and the Zodiac movie, which were both made by a different director. but I get just so many feelings. Like the Riddler here reminds me so much of the Zodiac, and I think that's on purpose. Like the iconography that he's doing, and just the fact that he's killing these people, and people are losing their minds trying to catch him or save people, and like that is really good.
You know what's weird is me and Miriam. Well, Miriam hadn't. She told me she hadn't seen the Zodiac. We watched it together for the first time last night.
Yeah, that's crazy. Colin Farrell. So that's the Penguin.
I can see his face, but
I couldn't think. Another thing that I really like is it's funny because you don't think about this, but like it looks so gothic. So I mean, not everything, but I love it because like it's in Gotham.
Yep.
So it makes sense, and I love just how dark and broody and drawn out the like artistic style is.
This
and
movie
it looks
has
great. There you get the Riddler right there.
Yep.
And it looks good, and a lot of what Winston was saying, like this looks year one. They made shout out to Andy Serkis. Love Andy Serkis, the best motion capture actor of all time.
Yep.
And here we get to see him in just a really good non-mocap role, and he looks great. So we're definitely gonna have to see if he said Dick here in a second, if there is gonna be a Dick Grayson character in this. I love the Batmobile. You know, at this point, there's so many good Batmobiles. So at this point, it's just you just got to find your thing.
Yep.
And I love that they went American Muscle, and because I love American Muscle, and that looks awesome. What else did I like? There's something I'm missing, but it looks great.
Yeah.
I want it to be.
She looks
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Year one.
Do more about their relationship.
Oh
not
yeah.
Just like a side little thing of
his
like,
side fling.
oh, here's a oop, and then they're gonna do.
I think that's gonna be an awesome fight scene.
I bet it's gonna be short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Nate. Like this, we can just tell from the 2 trailers that we've gotten so far that this movie has a vibe to it, and they're embracing, which is the right thing to do.
Which I'm always a fan of.
Yeah, for sure you are. And yeah, that gets me super excited because, you know, there's some scenes that you could be like, oh, that looks really cool, but when all of it blends together, you know, whether you like it or not, you know kind of what to expect from it. And this looks super, super cool. I like how the
cape,
the like neck, the collar, the collar on his suit really reminds me of the
Red Hood?
No, Gaslight, I think it was
Gotham
called.
by Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight costume, which was really cool. That scene right there, I'm like, oh my god, it looks so brutal.
It looks like a handful of this times in these shots and trailers, like he's gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's definitely gonna be a theme throughout the film.
Exactly.
Is him like actively not like about to kill people.
Yeah.
Because I think he's at the point where he wants to kill people because the Riddler is just so successful, and I think the Riddler knows who he is in this trailer, in this movie, and I think that's another thing that's keeping him back.
So there was that one scene where he pushes a dude up to a pillar and like shocks him, and I was like, oh my!
He was shocking him. I thought he was just choking him.
No, he was shocking him.
There's also another scene where he's pounding a guy to the dirt, and you see Catwoman with that genuine.
She's like,
fear
"Are you gonna kill that
in
dude?"
Her eyes.
Yeah.
Because. Like you said, Batman with no restrictions is a dangerous guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that, like, they're embodying that part of it. It's like Batman being Batman, not even Batman Bruce Wayne. You can see the difference between those two, and one of them is terrifying, and another one of them is basically Exorcist level.
Okay, so here's the trailer again. I'm getting vibes that they're gonna like capture him
at the beginning. He's gonna be
maybe in the second act. They're either gonna capture him in the first or second act, very much like the Joker in The Dark Knight, and he might escape because we do see a lot of shots with him as the Riddler. But
they might capture him in the beginning and he just escapes.
Yeah, exactly. So very interesting. I wonder. Yeah, it seems like the city is just bad right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's so bad to the point where Gordon's just okay with Batman being crazy. Or potentially Batman might be very antagonistic toward Gordon. Like, he's not gonna hurt him or
See,
anything.
what's his shock?
Yeah. But he's gonna be like, I literally don't care about anything, any of your restrictions. What did he say?
I don't know.
So he said, "I've been trying to reach you."
Yeah.
What is the gun?
Powder keg. And where there's the match.
Take care of myself.
She looks so good.
She has so many different looks too, which is interesting. You know, I believe this is based on year one because they kind of mentioned it. They want to be inspired from it. But she has a pretty small role in year one, so it looks like they're definitely involving her more.
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you?
So this is a movie. I feel like this is a movie that's gonna show him throughout the years.
So cool. Something about action and hallways. It's a good mix.
I love the soundtrack too already. It's gonna be a dope soundtrack.
Very Nolan inspired.
That scene was the police
That
going
scene.
after him, right? So he might be like a real vigilante.
He said dick. That's dick.
Totally said dick.
Or did he say "Dear God"?
No.
He
He
said
said dick.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Dick.
Dick.
Clear as day.
Unless he
there
calls
might
someone
be Dear
dick.
God. Actually, I heard it more that time.
Hold on.
Dear God. He's saying "Dear God," guys.
He says it's so weird.
Dude, he says
no,
dick.
dude, he's saying like, "Dear good."
No, it's dick.
And they want you to think it's Dick if it's not Dick. That's why.
Oh my god.
You hear it?
No, it's
You
he says
don't
dick.
hear it? Dude, I hear
dick.
it now.
Unless he's really emphasizing the
Yeah.
weird. That's a
I
weird
mean,
thing to do.
that
accent.
actor himself, he has that heavy accent. He emphasizes a lot of the words.
He's also kind of a master of accents.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis. Well, I love it. Upside down right there.
Super awesome.
So much rain. It's very noir.
Dude, I feel like honestly, this might have the potential to be your favorite Batman movie because I feel like
The
it's
vibe?
because of the vibe. Because
Dude, the
for
thing is,
for the audience, one of his favorite movies of all time
it's
is
like
Blade
top
Runner.
2, top 3. Also Dark Knight.
Well,
But
Dark
the
Knight,
thing
yeah,
is,
but-
He says "Dear God."
yeah, I think it's Dear God,
I
dude.
looked up the caption
Don't
in
believe
the
it.
trailer.
Don't believe it.
Dark
Says
Knight.
It says "Dear God."
Nope.
Find out what he says in what Batman says in prison. The thing is, the Dark Knight was kind of like the birth of my passion for films.
Yeah.
So it's like that can't be recreated.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
this would have to be the narrative would have to be mind
He
blowing.
said, "What have you done?"
What have you done?
What?
Like, sound
Oh,
like
gone, done. Okay. I
Like
see
the
this.
narrative would have to be mind blowing for this to be.
Dick, God, dear God.
It's dick. He says dick. I swear.
No, dude. He says you're good.
I looked up the official trailer that they
Okay.
just put out 30 minutes ago and looked up the subtitle, and it says "Dear God."
Okay.
Okay.
What have you done? Yeah.
You know, I wonder. Oh yeah. Yeah, this looks great, guys.
Take care of myself.
Man. I am so excited for this. This looks so super cool.
I think they put that in there because they wanted you to think that's what it is.
They don't know what I think.
Mitchell.
And here we are.
Renewal
Yep,
is
now it's
a
out.
Young
lie.
Justice Fandoms.
First 2 episodes of Young Justice
Nice.
are out.
The Sins of My Father. Savage.
No More Lies, Coulson.
Where is this?
This is probably him. in his
Renewal
Batcave
is
figuring
Yeah,
things
probably,
out.
yeah.
This is like his decline of like.
I
kind
see
of
it now.
going-
I see it now.
This is super cool.
Yeah, it
The
looks
Sins
great.
of My Father. Honestly, they might be kind of going the Telltale route.
Yeah, with the dad being bad.
Yep.
Or at least partially.
And honestly,
bad.
I think that story is so cool.
It's
They have so
interesting.
much potential there that they should do that. That would be awesome. Because then you have the conflict. If you guys don't know what the Telltale story is, it's the conflict of Bruce's father pretending he was a good guy, but in reality he was in with the mob and he did these bad things. You know, so even though it looked like he was a good person, he was in the crime. So then you have his son thinking that his father was a good person, but now that he's trying to battle the thing he thought his father was doing, he's actually going against his father's will in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is like so cool. That would be awesome.
Cool.
And also it makes people go against Bruce Wayne as well.
Yeah.
Because if somebody knew what his father did, they would go after Bruce Wayne. So you have the attack of Bruce Wayne and then Batman trying to fix those problems as well. I love that struggle.
Awesome. Cool. So let's get
I didn't even catch that. So I guess did you hear the black and dead all over?
Yeah, that was right at the beginning. I thought
No,
it was dead
near
all
the
over.
end. Yeah, dead.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. So let's do final scores for the event.
For the fandom?
What do you think, Logan? 1 to 10.
9.
Yeah,
9.
It's.
Okay.
I'm glad you liked it. It's pretty hype. What do you think, Danny? Now that you've kind of seen all the highlights.
7, 8.
Which one?
7.5?
8.
Seven.
Let's put 8.
8. Okay.
I think. I wasn't here for the whole thing.
Dude, you didn't watch the Flash one too.
Oh my God! Where's the Flash stuff?
In the middle.
Yeah, it's pretty brief too.
You find it, bro. I need to see the Flash stuff.
I forget where it's at too.
He was here, so
I feel like you're gonna really love it, and that's
Before
gonna
Sizzle.
sway
it's
your
good.
decision.
Oh, did you pass it?
Yep.
That's it?
No. You're at the end.
Am I at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Right there.
Oh my God.
A little more.
Is this the very beginning?
Little before. There we go.
What is that outfit?
I know it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's Ezra Miller.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Ezra Miller.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere you want, right? Any timeline, any universe.
Where's his mom? His place. Different suit for sure.
Why do you want to stay?
Not digging the suit.
Fight to save this one. You change the future. And you change the past.
That's Michael Keaton talking, by the way, the whole time. Yep. This plastic suit. There's 3 different Flashes.
2. That was Supergirl. On the right.
Supergirl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pause. Supergirl, and then we have 2 Flashes.
Older Flash and him. Yeah, he's a different Flash. Crazy. Play again. Wow. Interesting. I feel like this is gonna be very like Twilight Zone-y. Is it the treadmill?
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if it's the treadmill.
But it's the Batmobile.
It's the Batmobile.
It's a Batmobile.
It's the Batmobile.
In production.
They didn't give a date or anything?
No.
Nope.
So they said they haven't even finished filming.
Yeah.
So that's not coming out till 2023.
Yeah.
I think.
2024.
I doubt it.
I've waited so long.
I kind of did get Halloween
the
vibes
Flash
too.
suck.
But they're not going to put that right next to... Well, Batman's March. Maybe they will push it to like October of next year.
I'd be. I really hope that's coming out next year because
They're going to need a lot of time for effects.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm going to give it a 7. They have some really good stuff. And I love that they are taking the time to shout out stuff that like, yeah, maybe we don't care about. But clearly the artists do, and their fan bases are super hyped about it. And I really appreciate that. So I don't think that's a bad thing, but it's just like, it means nothing to me.
Yeah.
So it being there is basically just, the show might as well be black screen at that moment. And I'm just waiting. So strong 7. What they showed that was good was great. I don't think I saw anything that I thought that looked bad. I didn't see anything like that. So it was good. It was a really, really good show.
Yeah, I think I kind of have to agree with you. You say a strong 7, aka a 7.5. So that's what I give it. So for me, like when it was good, man, did it hit good. I love the Flash trailer. I am super excited for it. The Batman trailer, amazing. Suicide Squad, the game looks awesome.
Gotham Knights looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Then there's other things that kind of disappointed me, like Gotham Knights, like the whole CW thing was just like meh, you know. And there's a lot of interviews here that are cool, but they didn't reveal anything, you know. We already knew that they were making a Static Shock thing. I don't know if we knew that Michael B. Jordan was producing. I don't know if we knew that yet, but like we already had that information. So I feel like it was just so bloated. I feel like these 4 hours could have easily been put into 2.
Yeah.
And just trim the fat. And I understand they don't like. I feel like you could have put all that afterwards, but yes, you're gonna lose viewers and all that stuff. So I understand it, but I was hoping that's what they would fix this year, and they decided to double down, which I get it.
Hey, it's their event.
It's their event, cool. But yeah, the highlights were real highlights for me. These are like things that I genuinely like have a lot of passion behind and everything, and that's why I tune in to watch those things, to hear about the Flash, to, you know, if we got an Injustice 3 announcement, I feel like it would be here at DC Fandome.
Mm-hmm.
So like that gives me reason to, you know, why I'm gonna be back next year too if they do it. So overall, good, but it could have just been great if they trimmed some of that fat.
Awesome.
Cool.
Take us out.
Thank you everybody for watching this huge, massive live stream that we did. We put quite a bit of work into it, so hit that like button and hit the subscribe and ring that bell if you like anything like this. We keep the content coming, so stick around, and till next time, stay frosty.
Pieces.
Bye everybody.
Peace.